Squad.
Данко Димовски, Бован Стојчевски, Нао Михайловски, Горас Цетковски. Дојдовте во шестото издание на GG. Имаме денеска специјална работа, имаме еден многу добар ексклузивен гостин кој што е зад камерите во нашето големо жири. Едва чекам да дојде, но до тогаш, нели, ќе пробаме да поминеме низ некои други работи кои што беа интересни оваа недела, некои што заборавивме од минатата недела ради пречките. Да се заблагодариме, нели, на почетокот кој што почна, нели, во сите наши традиционални емисии од вашите 5 минути до Иселенички джубокс. Значи благодарност до спонзорите, тоа се Тихом, Sony, Anhoč, Game-on, IT.com.mk. Благодарност до Југотон кои што прават утре ланчинг на World of Warcraft, Warlords of Draenor. Дечки, јас сум екстремно возбуден. Екстремно возбуден.
Чекай, зашо си екстремно возбуден? За ланчот или за играта?
Ланч, као храната, прво за ланчот, заради тоа што апсолутно поддржувам такви нови работи, знаеш, како секој ненормален свет, нели ние.
Да,
да,
пошто ние така.
Плюс за играта, да не речам, мислам дека ваков кеф сум немал од во ванила.
Добро, трейдерот.
Преска случајно ми кажа дека во Југотон, во ванила на ланчот ја купиле 500 луѓе.
Така, ванила
Ванила,
за цело
првата.
време дека траела ванила?
Не, на почетокот, кога објавиле, значи кога донеле, претпоставувам се, не знам дали донеле 500 копии, ама знам дека ми спомнаа дека 500 луѓе ја имале купено. Океј, имаме многу приордери за утре, ќе биде исто многу супер, дојдете, ќе има прашање, ќе има награди, ќе биде многу јако. Мислам дека може да почнеме со официјалниот дел. Значи, да ви кажам дека имаме giveaway и на крајот на емисијата ќе дадеме една копија of Warlords of Draenor. Почнуваме со нешто што од време на време го даваме кога имаме нови...
Знаеш како? Почињаме со играта што ги натера луѓето пред 10 години да научат јапански за да можат да маневрираат низ менија. Знаеш, тоа беше на златното време на PlayStation Kids и PlayStation 2, каде што стварно за да уклучиш Мастер Лига требаше да имаш основни познавања од јапански знаци.
Устават уче и карате.
И игра што мислам дека оваа нашава држава ја имаат играно најголем број на негеймери и до ден денес се залепени, знаеш, за нејзи. Онака верно,
Фластер.
Да, фластер,
да.
онака тоа се купува секоја година како и да е, знаеш. Пушти да
распалим.
Да не, да распалиш, па баш ме интересира зашто станува збор, демек не знам. Јако?
Многу јако.
Дами и господа, PES 2015.
2015.
Една од омилените игри и франшизи на луѓето што сакаат спортски симулации.
Да.
Јас знам
Знаеш
еден куп кретени и будали кои што немаат никаков поема ниту желба за играње на компјутерски игри, ниту пак за компјутери, ниту пак за друго од оваа работа што везат дечките. Значи везат, кој гледаш си викаш ова е пренос или е игра, што е работа?
Малски живот на државичево наше е еден од деловите најбитните, знаеш, у растењето со другарите мало, ти беше играње на PES на PlayStation Kids,
Да,
знаеш.
да.
И PlayStation PES у тоа време или Winning Eleven за јапонски пазар не е битно, таа беше побрза за да ја игравме сите.
Така беше.
И толку многу се играше што онака FIFA џабе си ги трошеше парите, знаеш. Меѓу време
се смени работите.
Малце се смени работите, знаеш, Рикатело дое. у EA, рече ние не може да со толку многу пари да правиме полоши игри од Konami и успеа FIFA некако да направи добра. Значи стварно 2013, 2014 FIFA беше лудница.
Знаеш зашто? Ги направија менијата јапански.
И сега едно време почна да се губи моментумот на PES, знаеш, се помоци луѓе го играа. Али морам да кажам дека 15-кава ни го враќа стариот PES. Значи не е оној од пред 2-3 години, знаеш.
Што ти значи стариот PES?
Па за прво го прават по аркаден. И у време кога сите се тркаат да направат најбоља симулација у света, не им успева, пошто реално не можеш да направиш. Дечки ви викаат дај да направим, да си го вратиме ако ништо друго она што ја палеше најмногу што лепеше на кај луѓето на времето, знаеш. И им успела многу добро. Не прават motion capture на ништо. Све е правено рачно.
Чекај, анимациите.
Како е?
Значи анимациите, имаме PES бе. Анимациите, имаме тука Манчестер Юнайтед и Челси, што не е Челси, него е ФЦ Лондон.
Значи ова PES што ја
Нема цена
гледате.
на правото, ствари за некој друг.
Значи ова
Не, знаеш
PES
како?
што моментално ја гледате е courtesy of Game On.
Да.
Значи си има дечките таму така да трк да се ја земете што
Е,
побрзо
играта-
пред да ви се распродаде.
Да, играта иначе излегува за неколку дена, а другарчињата од Game On ја донесоа 4-5 дена пред релиз. Што е многу лудо, пошто има продавници на кај нашиве соседи кај што
Да,
уште ја
да.
нема, знаеш, игра.
Значи, почне.
Што ти правам за графиката моја? Анимациите, грубите анимации се земени од скелети што се ги користеле во претходните
Так.
игри, ама нивните аниматори земале и пробале да ги направат играчите да личат кога играш како оние вистинските на терен. Знаеш, Руни кога ќе фати топка да изгледа дека е тоа Руни, да биде груб, да биде многу ниско со тежиштето на земја, да трча многу брзо, знаеш, да биде пргав. Графиката на фаците, значи и на телата е
Тоа е
све
лудило.
правена рачно. Значи
Сакаш да кажеш текстурите.
текстурите се правени цртани рачно и затоа некои од играчите изгледаат толку многу добро како да ги гледаш уживо. Не викам сите, пошто стварно има
Црнците
што се
изгледаат-
тенута.
Црнците изгледаат реално, братче, онака лудило, да. Другото сам не знам.
Единствениот
Црни
проблем
крвни.
ја до сега што го видов е тоа дека немаат права за сите англиски тимови, тоа не е до PES, тоа си е до глупаците од Премиер, што се многу пошто се многу скапи. Значи.
Ама имињата на играчите се
Ама
тие,
имињата
само
на играчите
имињата
се
на
тие.
тимовите не се тие.
Сега, прва работа, исто така што ја видов како мана е теренот, иако графиката на играчите и на самата игра, на околината на стадионот и така натака е лудница, теренот е малце као блед. Зашо е тоа така, не знам.
За да се издвојат играчите и да биде попрегледно.
Ама
Гарант.
види, знаеш што е работата? Види се, целиот концепт, цело време ние збориме за тоа дека играчите се одлично направени такви работи. Од оваа камера, ова е телекам претпоставам,
Да.
така беше. Од оваа камера апсолутно ништо од тоа што го зборивме не се гледа. Значи, преска се гледаше додека стоја во ред, додека се дереа за химната, додека влагаа во оваквото беше. Сега на пример вака нема никаква врска тоа. Сега во преден план доаѓа геймплејот,
Така.
игривоста и реалноста, условно кажано, што цело време се фураме на таа реалност која што не сум сигурен дали мене ми е кеф да има повеќе или да има во поконтролирана
Да.
количина.
Да.
За малку, за многу малку.
Знаеш како?
Масе да дюпоа.
Дека цело време со инсистирање на одење кон што е можно поверно да се симулира фудбалска игра и тебе се ова да ти изгледа поише као фудбалски
Се
натпрев.
губеше.
Претераа до толку што последниве години мене ми е као да се борам со џојстикот повеќе од колку што играм. Све некако глетаво, некако споро, кога ќе прими топка, вртења и сите. И сега како тргнале према аркадна насока, како што вика Бомон, тоа е, мислам, промена за поздрав.
Знаеш како, најверојатно технологијава не е до таму стигната за он да ти направи тебе кога играш тоа да изгледа дека е вистински фудбалски натпревар. Можеби кога ти ќе пуштиш два компјутера на All Star, Superstar, whatever, Pro Star, Difficulty, тоа изгледа супер, ама ти кога ја играш играта, се осеќаат проблемите, не знам, респонсивноста на одбраната, залутувањето на вештачката интелигенција која не е стално најпаметна у свет, знаеш, па да прочита ти како ја играш играта,
Ајде.
знаеш. И
Ајде!
О,
То! Маси 2 ампуа!
А не ли е возможно ствари со тоа како што ти го криваш difficulty level ствари да се намалува аркадност и да оди повеќе нека симулација? Нели може тоа во една игра да се направи? Ако
Не им успела, бе, Данко. Не им успела, знаеш, FIFA 15 збореа цело време дека тоа ќе биде поише за emotions, дека играчите ќе памтат, дека тоа кога излезеш на терен у Мастер Лига ти, не знам, он ќе знае дека
Ќе
ти
те
си
мрзи.
направил фаул, па ќе те мрзи, па тоа ќе се одействува на геймплејот. Не функционира.
Не, да ти одговорам на прашањето, не кога зборам за симулација, не зборам во дел на вештачка интелигенција, па за тоа да изгледа како фудбал. Зборам во сегмент на механики.
Добро.
Значи, погледни ги, прием на топка, вртење, знаеш, топката, начинот на кој што се лепи до играчот, се е тоа до тој степен отидено да ти изгледа како борење со џојстикот. Знаеш,
да.
вртењата се поспори, се е некако поспор, одзема од динамиката на фудбалот.
Самачеш. Види, без разлика, значи факт е дека играва лудило, значи да не си правиме ние барем сума од се ова се све некои финеси кои што ги збориме.
Апсолутно.
Али, значи, реалноста на играта е стигната до максимално ниво за кое што јас сум ја видел. Тоа што го викаш ти за борење со џојстикот, на пример, не го осетив овдека. Го осеќав во претходните делови.
Да, зборам за претходните делови.
За ова, на пример, е малце поинтуитивно и за малце. По-лесно се хендла човек со оваквото.
Па тоа е таа промена што ја збори Бон
Да,
према
да,
аркада.
веројатно е тоа. Малце те наведува, малце повеќе.
Поинтот да го најдеш балансот.
Да.
Знаеш како, фудбалчево од секогаш PES, не FIFA. PES беше многу достапна игра за учење, а многу тешка за да бидеш најбољи у мало или најбољи у држава.
Да.
Знаеш, и затоа е успехот, тоа е тој оној Counter Strike синдром, знаеш, сите можеме да играме, сега кој е најбољи.
Ама само Дафи е најбољи.
Да.
Пример.
Да.
Па не, тоа е
Абе, ја не би се
например,
сложил баш со тоа, ја
Дорве Зеро е најбољи, ајде сега другарче.
Да не
Зеро
се
Дафи
лажеме,
кул,
бе.
на пример, нема врска.
тоа е мантрата и
Они двајца иде едно време, ама после раскина, затоа ги мрзиш ти, пошто тебе ти другарче.
мала дигресија, ама
ајде.
тоа е мантрата у принцип зашто и игрите на Blizzard се најбољи.
Да.
Easy to learn, hard to master, тоа е тоа.
Така е.
Друга работа што исто приметив кај фудбалчево. Јас сега не ги форсирам, ама топките у празно, високите топки у празно, со кој мака си мачат луѓе у свет и овде им се малце пропуст. Девелопериве на PES знаат дека е тоа така и ја пачуваат играта следната недела. Сега многу лесно поминуваат, многу лесно се даваат голови, зборам на полесните тежини на играње, значи против компјутерот. Кога играат двајца играчи што уствари најбитно, тоа не е случај. Значи,
Тоа е најбитно.
пошто ја регулираш одбраната сама,
Да,
колку
да,
толку
да,
си го
да.
знае одбраната, а и то знае колку треба да изреагира или не, и не поминуваат така лесно додека играш против компјутерот, против PlayStation-от, whatever. Многу лесно се даваат голови и тоа сакам да кажам дека ќе осредат уште од додма. Многу е јако што денеска баш кога онака скролав низ интернет коментари читам по форуми на луѓе, ово, знаеш да не сум пропуштил нешто пошто не сме играле одамна PES со тој жар. Сите им се заблагодаруваат на Konami што им ја врати играта назад.
Одлично.
Сега ние тестираме само 2 дена, не знам дали е тоа случај баш така, знаеш, баш
Ја да ти
дека
кажам
е-
прво, нема да им се заблагодарам
Не.
на Konami, пошто немам со нив
Али-
контакт.
Али мислам дека до некаде успеале да ја поправат играва која беше скроз на рап на пропаѓање. Значи, оваа игра која споредиш со било кој друг PES у последниве 4-5 години
Врв.
е врв.
Да.
Значи,
Да.
онака слободно можеш да ја кажеш, аха, значи ова е добра игра, а овие други беа срање.
Добро, а како се компарира спрема FIFA во моментов? Тоа е, мислам, побитно прашање.
Знам, тоа е многу тешко
Што
прашање.
прашувам од аспект на PES фан.
Искрено, исти си. Значи,
Со
најискрено
Со
правим
FIFA.
мовабет у моментов, PES и FIFA 15 се исто доволно добри игри.
Да, ама знаеш-
Значи, исто добри игри. Не можам да ти кажам, бил те излежал дека да ти кажам дека PES-ов или FIFA се бољи. И едната и другата игра имаат некои ситни мани, што само играч што игра многу
Само тоа,
време
и само
фудбал
тоа.
може да ги примети.
А,
А за нови играчи што не играле 5-6 години фудбалче, мислам дека PES е боља да купиш.
знаеш што е работа, сега ќе ти кажам, значи како што сам кажа, на почетокот во однос на фудбалски симулации, PES беше класа. Значи сите играа FIFA, пошто е нели блокбастер. Доаѓаше FIFA и се знаеше тоа се играше по дефолт од 486. Ама кога станеше збор за PES, PES беше као ова е дечки висока класа на игри. Полека, нели тоа почна да се изедначува и FIFA малце ги претрка PES. Тоа што сега го кажа Бобо дека они се две исти е впрочем според мене прилично голем скок на PES на квалитет, да, за да го достигне тоа ниво. Така да дефинитивно ова за сите што имаат играно ова ќе биде, односно што сакаат PES, ова ќе биде многу добро освежување и изненадување позитивно се разбира.
Јас
Виде како уш принтат.
Ако се сеќавам до претходната барем PES, си го излегува дури и за PlayStation 2, ако не се лажам.
Добар играч, многу брз. Златко?
Златко?
Добар играч.
Искачи ова за PlayStation 2 и за постарите генерации?
Не.
Ова е исто така една финта. Вика, знаете ли што направивме, кој изведуваш корнер, сега можеш да гледаш тачно кај иде топката.
Ева е многу негжен.
Мислам, ова не е уопште негжен, помага. Знаеш. Едина глупа работа е што инверт, значи која тилташ аналогот на лево иде десно и обратно, ама
Добро, тоа е веројатно гледајќи.
Бугарски гол.
Стаѓа пристин голем урештин љока те на физа ке разкај шути конта чиста тимон.
Бугарски гол.
Ова беше најбугарски.
Да. Или фраерски, пошто влезе со топка до гол, нели?
Ама требаше.
Ама чекај, ти братче си многу добар или
Не, јас играм во моментов на амате. Difficulty пошто разговарам со вас.
Мара пред емисија играше на...
Да, играше и заврши.
Да, тоа приметив. Играв пред емисија, баш пред емисија играв на најтешкото. Инстава оваа утакмица, изгубив 1-0 и е многу добро тоа што компјутерот го направи
2-0, ја примив еден гол.
Да, 2-0. Не успеав да украдам, значи сакав да украдам и не успеав.
Ема бе те мрзите, наставникот те мрзи.
Знаеш е многу јако, што го направиле компјутерот многу тежок. Што е тука доброто? Кога играш Мастер Лига, кога играш било која од оние модовите, знаеш, на што ти ги дозволува PES, тоа ти прави многу добар филм. Пошто ако е многу лесно да играш против најтешкиот компјутер, онда чему играш Мастер Лига и креираш свој тим и продаваш играчи, купуваш и правиш, кој ќе дое утакмицата ти секако ќе победиш. Зашо би се борел ја да си го правам тимот појак, која стално ќе тепам, знаеш. Сега тоа беше проблем во прошливи игри, ама овде не е толку. Значи пак најдобрите играчи ќе треба да си играат онлайн. Мислам не е за да си играат офлайн. Знаеш.
Не, знаеш што е добро тоа? Ова ме навраќа назад, не знам, некој од постарите верзии на PES се играше, заедно со момците од чиста околина, со Виджи, со Самуил, со Миро. И знаеш како игравме? 4 џојстика, пуштавме светско првенство, зимаме една репрезентација и сите играме од истата репрезентација и играме докаѓe стигнеме.
Многу забавно.
Значи секој малтене кога ќе тргнеш во напад, секој контролира по еден играч и онда целата, знаеш, игра добива една сосема друга димензија. Тоа би го препорачал на оние што може
да девојчиња. На сите девојчиња што не гледаат и навиваат за нас.
Да го пробаат, тоа е онака хаос.
Знаеш, многу е јако дека PES се враќа ако настават со ова темпо и во овој правец во кој тргна, значи по аркаден геймплей и така натака, ќе биде лудница, играта ќе биде, верувам дека веќе следната година ќе биде апсолутно без конкуренција, најдоброто фудбалче што можеш да го играш. Добро е дека може да се купи у Македонија 5 дена пред релиз дейт, значи најрегуларно си идеш у геймон, си даваш 3700 денари, си ја купуваш играта, ја играте сите, се радувате, знаеш. Така да само пофалби за Konami другарчињава и за Game On што ни ја дадоа.
Да, суперски.
И што ни дадоа добра игра да играме, знаеш, пошто кога ми рекоа да ви даеме да играте PES у емисија, јас викам леле сега. Шо ќе збориме, разбираш, тапа игра, ама не искочи така. Големо задоволство.
Супер, одлична игра.
Све си испадна како што треба.
Добро, по тој повод, по повод PES 2015, ќе правиме еден giveaway во овој момент, а тоа ќе биде PES 2014. Така, значи сите што пропуштиле PES 2014, а не им се дава 3399 денари, сега имаат време да џапнат една копија од нив. Да, тоа е за PlayStation 3. Значи, Дане, дали ни е спремен ботчо?
Само една секунда.
Секунда.
Ботанчо.
Така,
Ботанчо.
ботанчо. Keyword, да, keywordот ќе биде овој пат Game On.
Со големи.
Со големи букви. Значи, спамирајте, имате време за едно 3 минути за да го добиете ова парче од игриче.
Ево,
Ајде.
зборот што треба да го спамирате.
Зборот што треба да спамирате е Game On со големи букви. Имате 2 минути време.
Да, додека трае спамирањето на Game On, ја наградите сите ги пратив минатата среда на дечките од Скопје што ги добија книгите и маската, книгата за Зелда и маската од V for Vendetta, им ги оставив во Game On.
Така.
Им се јавив да им кажам, едната награда е земена, другата не е, така да другарчето што не било да си ја земе од Game On се наоѓа многу близко до полициска станица Беко.
Попознато како седмица редот.
Да, уредот на
На
кафаната
кафана
седмица.
седмица, така.
И отидете таму, има оставено ваш број, име и презиме, си ја зимате наградата и све е кул. А Assassin's Creed од прошлиот пут и книгата ќе ги пратиме оваа
Да.
недела со овие заедно.
Се разбира тие што добија игри чисто како колекција од World of Warcraft Мисо Пандарија беше.
Да.
Пишете ни мелче за да
Или
се
нека
договориме
дојдат
да ви
утре,
или
шо?
дојдете утре да ја представите се ќе ви ги дадеме на лице место. Исто така сакам да ве замолам, не да ве замолам, да ви сугерирам и да ви предложам да направите subscribe на нашиот канал, тоа значи дека ќе ни донирате $5, од кои што мислам дека не ги добиваме сите 5.
Не, добиваме пола, ама
Да,
многу не
али
значи.
во принцип тоа се 300 денари и многу поважно ни е да бидете наши претплатници на месечно ниво отколку да тоа биде нели еднократна донација. Затоа ви благодарам однапред на сите што станаа сабскрајбери нови и сите што ќе станат сабскрајбери.
Реално тоа се 3 пива.
Да, 3
Едно
пива,
од искачање месечно.
3 пива во кафич или 2 пива во балет.
Да, и најбитната работа е дека кога ќе стигнеме до некоја бројка од 100 сабскрајбери, што уопште не е нереална, планираме на секој 2 месеци да даваме по една награда што ќе биде 970 GTX или така нешто. Така да и за тие што ќе бидат сабскрајбери ќе има некој посочни награди.
Океј, и да видиме добитникот на овој PES 2014 од Game е Ашант.
Ашант.
Значи, може да престанете со спамирање на Game On, дечкото или девојчето се подпишало како Ашанд. Еве го, одма ни пиша, браво другарче, секоја чест, ти благодарам многу.
Private message.
Ете го.
Прави месеч на Twitch, име,
Ево го,
презиме,
ни пише
адреса,
одма.
телефон.
Ни
Телефон е
пиша.
многу важно за да можеме
Да, за да може да дисконектирам. Имейл се разбери уште поарно.
Да.
Океј,
Бот да не?
кој бе?
Кој
Кој е?
може да е бот.
Ашант, пиши ни онака нека нормално пораче како
Да,
добри ли
нешто.
сте, што правите, како
Да.
се чувствувате, гора сте многу убав. Нешто такво.
Или не?
И Бобан Стојчевски може исто така.
Чекај сега, пошто касниме, ова...
Да, веројатно, веројатно
20-30
ќе-
секунди, ама ако не ни прати ќе...
Ако не, ќе прероламе пак и готово. Честитки другарче, Ашант го нема, али вајде ќе врати.
Да, ако не
Да си тераме, ние без разлика, он ќе ни пише, предпоставам, подкаст.
Да.
Дане, те молам, оплемениме со нешто многу јако што следува. Ова е работа што тек ќе ја видиме, ова имаше минатата недела Алфа Викенд, преднината, тие што требаше ние да го збориме минатата, ама ете така, а тие што го видоа се извадени од памет, тие што не го видоа, нема да ми се верува колку е тоа добро и како концепт и како жива случка. Дане.
Идеме.
Evolve. 4
Evolve.
vs 1 е играта која што минатиот пат не зборевме, која што многу се не залепи, не удри од земја, од концепт преку тоа што ни го прикажа, и моментот што најмногу мене ми се свија е она Fall 2014, што значи дека
малце прескокна,
ќе касне, ама нема кај да бега сега, тоа е тоа. Тука ќе
10
биде.
февруари иначе релиз дейт на Evolve. Сега во моментов се залетува викендашката алфа тестинг. Играта неверојатно е дека толку добро работи во алфа. Значи првиот ден имаше само проблеми, логин серверите беа ужас. Вториот, третиот и четвртиот ден, пошто пушти еден ден плюс, играта работеше како песна. Значи
Тоа се должи на
Како која
девелоперот. Значи ова е направено од луѓето што ја направија Left
беше
4 Dead.
рака десно,
Ова е игра која што ја прават луѓето што ја правија Left 4 Dead.
Да,
Така да се студио кој што има искуство во
Така е,
себе
така е,
многу
така
големо.
има
Left 4
глед.
Dead двојката посебно е се уште огромен хит, едно од најиграните игри на Steam. Hands down, без разлика што е прастара играта меѓу другото. И се очекуваше дека нема да има некои поголеми проблеми во алфа тестингот баш поради тоа. И се гледа дека без разлика на тоа што не прават нешто во соработка со Valve директно, дека овој пат и кога стојат насами на нозе имаат направено игра која што изгледа поприлично добра.
Знаеш што ме зачуди многу, пошто они не правеа само Left 4 Dead, правеа и Counter-Strike Source и така натака, и многу се испраксираа на Source Engine, пошто стварно Left 4 Dead кога ја видиш, гледаш дека Source Engine-ов го гледаш Source Engine-ов најбољи издање. Сега прават игра и викаат батали Source Engine, што е супер. Тај не е Unreal.
Не, CryEngine.
Извини, CryEngine, да. Знаеш, од една страна тоа беше многу голем ризик, знаеш, кога го прочитавме сите, игра што прави Left 4 Dead ќе прави нова игра на CryEngine. Викам ова ќе биде 100% тапа, пошто прво енџинот како енџин не е баш најбољи на цел свет. Ама после тоа што го игравме и искочи дека играта е лудница, мислам.
Па не знаеш што, во принцип сите тие енџини, значи земи CryEngine, Unreal, Unity, што се паблик, нели, на страна од овој на Valve, во принцип сите се моќни.
Апсолутно.
Значи, муабетов е во кој ти се чувствуваш најкомотно и кој ти ги даде најдобрите резултати за она што тебе ти треба.
Да. Нивото на детали е безпрекорно. Значи играва има
Лудо изгледа.
од самиот момент кога те пуштаат она бродчено, кога правиш base jump доле, кога има онакви кадри крупни, армори, прекршување, се чувствува све, знаеш, металот е метал, ткенината е ткенина, многу некако свежо, знаеш.
Не знам, јас се исклучив малце гледајќи дека Данко као него хакира стримот.
Да, имаме некој проблем со камерата, нешто скейлингот се менува сам поради некоја причина.
Не е страшно. Кажавме што е концептот на играта, стари?
Нека го кажеме се.
Најаката работа е концептот на играта. Значи играат четворица карактери човечиња, кои што секој си има
различни. Играат 5 луѓе во игра. Една партија има 5 луѓе.
Да. Од кои што четворица се луѓе кои што имаат различни карактеристики, значи 4 различни класи и еден монстер кој што се ловат меѓу себе.
Значи и тој е играч.
Така.
Да,
значи
несиметричен мултиплеер.
Четворица бркаат еден. Работата е
дали еден брка
четворица. Дали хантерот е, значи дали хантерот е хантер или е хантерот уствари тој што го ловат. Работата е вака ќе кажеш прилично е интересно, значи супер звучи.
Асиметричен мултиплеер.
Ама ќе речеш многу е линеарно. Тоа што ја прави нелинеарна работата е тоа што четирите луѓе, односно хантерите, има различни класи кои што се прилично различни, интересни и со различни финалиња во принцип за секоја класа, значи не се драстично колку знаеш што да е друго вако, него е има различни финеси како што кажам.
Да, вака, знаеш како имаш хилер. Хилерот ти е освен тоа што нели може на некого да му помогне и да го излечи, има ability што пак го прави интересен за играње. Со снайпер пукаш или означуваш дел од телото на монстерот каде што прима double damage. Значи дека ако си хилер, не е твојата работа само како Ајван да идеш по овие другиве што пукаат на сите страни и да си
Не е толку пасивно,
знаеш,
него
не
е
е
малце
пасивно,
поактивно.
него сакале да ги разигра, знаеш. Има трапер. Траперот освен тоа што може да го стави чудовиштето е една купола каде што не може да им избега, знаеш. Таа е голема, ама не е толку многу голема. Имаш мини што ги ставаш на земја и многу интересен момент у геймплејот можеш да направиш со тоа што хилерот го минираш од сите страни и го оставаш на некое видно место за кричеров да сака да го убие,
Да се
него
залепи.
прв и така натака. Имаш класичен асол што е guns blazing, знаеш, влага и тоа е тоа, фрла
Гранати, бомби,
гранати,
поисни,
бомби и пука каталјарда метци у секунда. И четвртата класа е сапорт. Сапорт класата е шилдови, знаеш, помага,
Кери.
у принцип е баш хард сапорт,
Да.
знаеш, на асолтот му е најверното другарче.
Да.
Добро, тоа е, значи, помалце повеќе класи, архетипи на класи.
Архетипи
што сме
на класи
научени да гледаме.
идентични.
Ама најинтересниот момент е кај самиот монстер. нели?
Да,
Монстерот, на
дефинитивно
пример, да.
механики.
Монстерот е јак во принцип, значи монстерот е јак колку сите четворица заедно.
Фитата
Тоа
што
е-
на почетокот он го нема полниот потенцијал. Кога почнува партијата, значи мапата е поприлично голема на кој што се бркаат и затоа и траперот има смисла
И не знаат
долно
каде е.
одличноста. Они не знаат каде е. Значи на почетокот поентата е што најчесто монстерот се движи низ мапата, бега од нив и јаде животни кои што се као NPC-а се спонаат
Wildlife.
различни места wildlife по мапата и со секој животно кој што го јаде си го зголемува шилдот, си го зголемува демиџот кој што го прави крева левел.
Крева левели.
Во основа. И поентата е што на почетокот он бега додека не стане доволно моќен за да може после да им се врати. Сега со лаички го кажувам.
Апсолутно е така, мада по тоа што го гледав на неколку многу јаки стримери, пошто мојата игра и нивната не беше иста, они се беа договорени си играа сите заедно, ние игравме, нели,
Кој колку може.
кој колку може и кај те даде. Имаше многу добри комбинации за монстерот. Финта. Трга, почиња партијата, он е најслаб. Ама имаш full shield и full health. Иде ги бара сите, се степуе со сите хантери. Пробуе да направи демидж колку може, кога ќе го изгуби шилдот им бега. Додека јаде други кричери, елитки, вакви нормални такви, пуни пак шилд и фаќа втор левел. Им се враќа, овие се више на пола хелп.
Тоа е многу важен момент што заборавме да го спомнеме. Кричерот, монстерот во основа левелира константно додека значи он еволуира додека трае партијата во која што се
Ама
текне.
во моментот кога еволуира,
Е најранлив.
Е
да
најранлив.
го губи шилдот и после пак треба да го...
Тоа е
И
кога
финтата
не се
е-
јајца.
Има
Финтата е
стратешки
што има
елемент
3
тука, да.
левели. На Уалфата ни дадоа да видиме само два
Еден.
монстери. Значи, едниот монстер Голајат беше класичен
Илен.
па знаеш
Alien.
како
Alien.
меле монстер со големи џампови, со јаки удари и со брит фаер. Додека другиот беше апсолутно диаметрално различен, Кракен. Кракенот е многу добар, лета. Има
Ова е
рейндж
кракенот што
атак.
го гледаме.
Да,
Да, ова е
ова што
кракенот,
го
да.
гледаме е кракенот, има рейндж атак и е малку overpowered, ама добро алфа е, не се избалансирани работите, мислам, луѓето што знаеат да го играат, не можеше апсолутно никој да ги победи, тоест да ги улови. Многу добра работа е друго нешто. Кога добиваш левели во играва и играш нон-стоп хилер, ти се отклучува втор хилер. Вториот хилер не е верзија појака на овој првиот, него е скроз друг карактер,
Да.
што има други abilities. Значи, првиот хилер може да лечи и да маркира кричер, вториот хилер има инстант рез. Зашо е тоа толку многу битно, а не може да лечи? Инстант резот у играва е нешто најбитно на свет, затоа што кога се раѓаш, немаш summoning sickness. Сите други, кога се раѓаат, имаат summoning sickness, тоест health барот им се намалува за 25%.
За
Со
секогаш.
секој умирање.
За секогаш,
Со
со
секој
секој
умирање.
умирање.
Да.
Тоа значи дека ако умреш 3 пати, четвртиот пат умираш од еден удар. И тоа е тоа. Сега, овој хилеров, вториот, нема
Не
абилити
од еден
тебе
удар,
да
од
ти
дргање.
фрли. Да, нема абилити тебе да ти фрли да ти напуни 30% лайф, не знам шо ово. Не има скроз други работи, ама има инстант рез, што те враќа на full health. Со тоа ја разградуваат динамиката у играта. Сакаат да направат не секогаш луѓето да ги играат истите комбинации на карактери и да играат ист тип на игра.
Така.
Играта кога ќе излезе, ќе има 10 овие од секоја по класа по двајца, 12 стази и 3 монстера. Секој месец
3 левела на монстери.
3 различни видови на монстери.
Кој што е луѓе така.
Да, значи секој месец планираат да вадат по една мапа и на секој 2 месеци да прават по една нова класа или монстер во зависност од тоа што повеќе луѓето бараат. Значи они веќе имаат у кју неколку, па ќе видат како ќе ги твикуваат во зависност од луѓето како ќе бараат. Што е многу здрав пристап. Играта излегува на 10 февруари. Full AAA наслов е, значи ќе биде многу пари, некој си 5-60 евра.
Значи стендалон игра ќе биде.
Стендалон игра, да. Што ми се свиѓа да ти кажам право.
Да,
целиот тој
не
концепт
е
дека
free
нема
to
DLC,
play,
а нешто
да.
па ваму праке, па купуе, па такви работи, него ќе може онака најкласична, што ја ја табачина
Нивото
една
на
система.
изработка е и повеќе од високо,
Чили,
значи
извини, мора те прекинем, спомна гора с DLC-а, значи стендалон, апдейтите што ќе ги добиваме се
апдейтици се
DLC-а,
апдейти, не,
Апдейти
апдейтици
се
се нема да бидат
Да.
во форма
DLC ќе
DLC-а.
се биде DLC некад.
Во моментов официјално нема, гледав неколку стримери што нон-стоп идат ја тестираат играта во Turtle Rock и рекоа дека DLC-њата нема да коштаат пари.
Синглплеер?
Single player, no.
Значи како Titanfall.
Значи Titanfall, ризик, али ризик јак, мила душа, играва има подобар геймплей од Titanfall, така да ако на Titanfall
Да,
не
веројатно.
успеа,
Мислам дека мене за разлика од Titanfall ова ќе ме купи малце со сет со сетапот, со кај се наоѓа целата таа ситуација. Поише ми се сиѓа овој фантази отколку тој што беше хай-тек воен.
добро,
воен
да,
тип на
овде е другачи тип на sci-fi, па е нешто елиеновски.
И изолирано е, 5 луѓе се упрашани,
Да,
знаеш,
да.
можеш и да се организираш дури. Не ти треба ни, знаеш, ни отворени сервери и такви работи.
Најзабавното од цело ова е што почнува еден тренд на несиметрични шутери, кој што мислам дека онака барем според мене е баш добре дојдено, онака рефрешинг е
Апсолутно.
во моментов на сценава и е онака многу интересно. Ќе видиме како ќе нешто до лонгран како ќе испадне, пошто сега алфава изгледа многу забавно, се надевам дека ќе останат на зборот и дека девелоперот како девелопер ќе се остане квалитетен до крај.
Абе добро, 2K Games си издала играта, мислам до сега не промашија ништо, не знам што да кажам.
Да,
Сега
ништо
што
драстично,
сам
нема ништо.
Пари инвестираат само у добри проекти, така да ова е стварно за оние FPS љубеници.
Ама и проверим тим ја прави кој што
Проверим.
претходно направи исто нели шутер,
Веќе-
4
да,
4 player
да,
co-op.
да.
И сега пак 4 player co-op, само што е PvP фазон.
Многу добро експериментираат и многу добар правец им се движат игрите што ги развиваат. Онака стварно се out of the box комплетно, знаеш.
Добро. Ја едва чекам да играм, ти кажа право.
Добро.
Сега кога спомна Дане шутери ми текна на Overwatch, мај тоа после ќе го збориме.
Да.
Многу игри ми се насобра што чекам да ги се. Хардверски дел. Имаме минатата недела си седевме со другачињата ни од Sony и си правиме муабет за телевизори, на кој какав му е нели телевизорот, да. И како сите сакаме да имаме потврд и поголем нели
Да, нешто
телевизора.
100 инча, 200
Да, такви
инча.
работи. И устои муабет нели поштаме јас имам ваков, ти имаш онаков, не знам, дандара мандара, рамките дебели и ми рекоа бе слушај, дели дајме нешто од зиднете, кое што е многу интересна варијанта.
Да видат
И станува збор за следново. Дане? И ја го отворим и се мине. Не додржав да помине видео, чекај пак ќе се правиме дека. Океј.
Да.
И конечно. Дечки мои, Personal 3D Viewer од Sony, модел HMZ T2. Ова е предпоследниот модел.
У принцип, визирот на Джорди Лафордж од
Так.
Star Trek
Во домашна
кошта 1000 евра во домашна
варијанта. Како
варијанта.
што би рекол Дане, ова ти е колку 72 инчен телевизор.
Не, вака му доаѓа, значи ова не е виртуелна реалност, него ова е личен 3D телевизор.
Така.
Персонален 3D телевизор му доаѓа. Значи јас го пробував во последниве неколку денови, на мое големо задоволство и можам да кажам дека
На филмови за возрастни или?
да, пробав и на филмови за
Колку
возрастни.
јако тоа.
Меѓу другото.
Не приметуваш на шаторот.
Да.
Да.
И значи се работи за два LCD екрани кои што се внатре ставени во
Чекај,
Во
ај
пластиката.
ќе стигнеме на тоа. Значи вака.
Така,
Прво да видиме што
да
има
почнеме.
внатре. Значи менјулот, значи ова е држачо што доаѓа позади, тука. HDMI кабелче.
Позлатено
Да, да, 4K за сите вишени, чека ова ќе го ставиме за на крај да го покажеме. Тука, повели Баба држи го, имаме значи, тоа што мене беше многу јако, така, ова е една станица, како ресиверче е ова, битен дел во кој што се уклучува HDMI-то, така беше?
Да, меѓу другото и сплитере, значи
Да,
ти
значи,
сигналот го уклучуваш во него
можеш-
и го излегува за телевизор.
Да, можеш
и
да
за-
гледаш и на телевизор, некој да си гледа паралелно во некија, ти да си гледаш на ова. Тука се другите додатни работи, power кабелот и слушалиците за визирот. Сега визирот. Еве го тој фамозен визир. Дане, те молам представим го на луѓето.
Значи се работи за пластична конструкција, во која што внатре се наоѓаат две екранчиња од 720p резолуција, кои што комбинативно ни вадат 720p заедно, значи за левото и за десното око. Се работи исто така за 3D екрани, што значи дека покрај тоа што можеш да гледаш нормална телевизија, тоест нормални филмови, да играш нормални игри, ако имаш опција да пуштиш во 3D, можеш да ги играш и во 3D. Морам да признаам дека 3D-то кој што го пробав на ова е дефинитивно многу подобро 3D-то кој што го имам дома на телевизорот. Бидејќи користи активна технологија за 3D.
Ова е темно бре, човече. Ако нема клучна грешка.
Да. Има тука во кутијата внатре покрај ресиверот, има доста елементи внатре, гуми некои кои што се ставаат од околу тука, од горе и од надвор, за да буквално да ти го затвори целото светло кое што ти влегува од околината.
Само малку секунда.
Кога ќе го ставиш на глава и кога ќе си го наместиш убаво, кога ќе го подесиш и херцажат и сите ти работи кои што треба, меѓу другото е многу едноставно, значи plug and play, ништо не треба да чепкаш ти, само треба да ги мрднеш малце реките за да не ти биде матна.
Тоа е, значи, овие две овдека, овакви,
Да.
значи има две кои што се подесуваат за полево или подесно за луѓето. Има овдека контролерче мало као дипад со за комуникација, односно за сетапирање внатре на менито. Ова е влеза за слушалиците и прима, што мене многу ми се свиѓа, не некои сетирани специјално слушалици, туку прима
Било какви се става, да, така.
банана,
Доаѓаат слушалици со него, јас
Да.
го користев со
Класични,
Beats
а?
by Dre имам онакви in-ear слушалици.
Од озгора нели можеш да се ставиш и
Можеш
Ако
и
сакаш и
да
така
сакаш,
можеш,
да.
да, можеш да
очери,
ставиш, да.
Јас ви препорачувам ако имате noise cancellation слушалици со активен noise cancellation, значи за комплетна имерсија, е дефинитивно добар филм. Пак ќе речам,
Чекај бе сега, работи он?
работи.
Нема стварно дали работи.
Сериозно работи, тоа многу
Имаш
добро.
1000 евра и идеш и си викаш че си го купам, немам голем телевизор дома, сам си играм усова, ми е кајле и да ми го купувам.
Да.
Така?
Да.
И работи, све е топ. Уживаш.
Питате што изгледа буквално како да имаш 150 инчен телевизор пред тебе. И како што се вртиш телевизорот доаѓа, значи ти го следи движењето на главата нормално, пошто екранот е пред тебе. Што значи дека ти не си обврзан за тоа дали ти е светла собата, ти е темна собата, не знам, има рефлексии од прозорите ваму таму, него буквално го гледаш како да си во комплетно темно кино. И 3D-то е многу подобро затоа што технологијата тука која што имаат направено, леќите се така го наместени посебно со тоа со подесувањето, што стварно многу убаво личи. Значи сум имал шанса во животот да ги видам скоро сите 3D технологии на телевизори кои што се на проектори за домашно користење, не зборувам за во кино. И ова е дефинитивно класа над сите. Поради, пак ќе го споменам моментот, поради тоа што буквално ти го затвара целиот периферен вид и го гледаш само екранот пред тебе. Единствениот дробак е нормално тоа дека е нешто за лоунери, ја што би рекол, значи ова е само за тебе. Другите, значи
Едно око на тебе, едно на женска.
Ма која виче за лоунери, што значи за гейминг? Тоа ме
Јас
интересува.
тоа сакав да го спомнам.
Значи јас играв Call of Duty на Xbox 360, ја играв Black Ops 2-ката.
Значи може да се уклучи на било која конзола, на било кој плеер, на било која варијанта што има излез HDMI.
Ја игра во стандард definition, инаку меѓу другото овој ресиверов овдека може да го конвертира сигналот во 3D и од Xbox 360, што го пробав и функционира.
И работи.
Да.
Не.
Да, го конвертира сигнал, работи, без никаков проблем работи. Со тоа што се осеќа дека е вештачки направено.
Добро, бе, сега, фала Богу.
Ја преку компјутер ја пуштив Lords of the Fallen со 3D Vision од Nvidia. И можам да кажам дека изгледа многу, значи изгледа многу подобро. Значи не сум имала шанса да пробам Oculus Rift за да го споредам со тоа. Нормално многу различна.
Јас сум пробал,
ама не е VR прво и основно.
Не е VR, тоа е.
Не, ова е персонален екран за подобро чувство. Јас на пример кога го земавме првиот пат, викам леле браче ќе се знаиграм дома и викам ај прво што ќе играм тоа што не многу играм, пушти да играм Hearthstone. Ама Hearthstone преку таблет, ја го врзав преку Apple TV тоа. Нели на iPad-от си играм и сконтав дека тоа невозможно да се игра. Затоа што јас си го гледам, значи јас си ги гледам работите тука, ама не знам кај пипам на екранот, разбираш, на вако. И тоа беше значи тотално, мислам, не знам со кој памет ја тргнав со целиот тој. Играв Call of Duty на пример, што многу ми се направи филм.
Ама ти играш Advanced Warfare.
Да.
И
Значи тоа се го играш. За игри, за гейминг wise, значи ова, немаш никаков проблем додека не мораш да гледаш во тастатура.
Да.
Значи игри кои што се базираат на 4 или 5 копчиња околу VSAD, кои што се не знам Space Control за клечење, Shift, не знам такви работи и маусот совршено. Значи совршено. И знаеш што ми се сега многу? Кога играш на пример игри, секогаш си во некоја си полу згрчена ситуација, знаеш, да го гледаш мониторот, да гледаш. Овдека немаш проблем, значи ако имаш добра столица, ако си легнеш позади и се пуштиш главата на наслонјач, можеш комотно само да се опуштиш во најудобната ситуација која што телото ти ја бара.
И да платиш 1000 евра.
Не, претходно плаќаш
1000 евра, па после се опушташ.
Знаеш што работат? Види, значи 1000 евра е, точно. Али кога ќе видиш дека монитор да речеме од 4K добиваш за колку, која цена се тие се? 800 евра се?
Да речеме дека имаш и за 500.
Добро, еве за 500 евра.
Реално да купиш
30 Hz до душа, за играњето е многу катастрофа, ама да.
Да речеме дека имаш.
Одека дојдеш high resolution, значи пак викам, значи ова е за луѓе кои што имаат ептенкев и кои што татко има ротфайлер.
Да,
значи да речеме, кога ќе си купиш сите нишани, ова си го викаш, дечке ептен ми е онака ужиток ми е најјак у свет.
Ама ќе ти го направи филмот, тоа е многу битно.
Значи,
ќе ги даеш ти парите, ама дали ќе ти го направи филмот, да не го скршам после вака.
Не, значи ние таман работа. Значи ние фрламе многу пари за работи, мислам, фрламе пари за работи кои што други луѓе ќе речат, сколку си дал за тоа? 100 евра. Ти си луд тип. Ти си луд тип. 100 евра за маус, па ти треба уби се. Уби се, ништо не значи, кој исто маус. Така и ова. Некој ќе го реди, ќе го оправда трошокот, некој апсолутно вика, дечки, мене тоа не многу ми значи.
Јас апсолутно немам никаков проблем со цената.
За филмомани. Јас исто се гледам како филмоман, да речеме. И за луѓе што гледаат серии, ако може да си дозволат вакво нешто, за гледање серии легнат, станат, така прајсле. Значи,
видите,
што мање више, пошто мораш да си конектиран, тоа е мал дробек.
Да, добро.
Што мора
следниот
е wireless.
Така. Следниот кошта исто толку пари, уште не е искочен, ќе излезе не знам за колку време. Ја па тој мислев дека ќе го ревюираме, па ме фали каму уште не излезе.
Значи единствената работа што мене ми пречеше тоа што ја морам да видам блиску. Морам да видам во околина на ресиверот. Односно трансмитерот.
Зависиш од каго. И мора да се спомне тука дека цената е до одреден степен оправдана, бидејќи во моментов само Sony произведуваат вакво нешто кој што излегува на пазаров, кој што е од овој квалитет, значи зборувам на овој квалитет на слика и такви работи.
Sony се човече, Sony.
Да.
Знаеш?
Да.
Тоа е. Мацеки телевизорите утна работата, ама е се префрлија на други работи.
Па не, и сега и со телевизорите исто вадат многу добри резултати по однос цена и овакви работи. Башка. Ама не, знаеш, не е дека оние утна, не е оние утна работата, него они чува име. Си чува име нормално, знаеш, си го чуваш брендот. Ама почна треторазредни, и тоа не зборам треторазредни типот на Samsung и LG. Не е братче, него треторазредни онака анонимуси кои што доаѓаат да го купиш одреден број на парчиња. И знаеш, луѓе што не се разбираат, гледаат, вика, телевизор за 25.000 човече, 38-ца, 36-ка, 42-ка, дај, знаеш. Ама и не гледаат другите работи.
Така.
Тоа беше најголемиот проблем, иначе во однос на квалитет никад не биле проблематично.
И
Али, ова е
единствената разлика која што мора да се направи дистинкција помеѓу тоа што се Oculus Rift и тие virtual reality, значи следната генерација на работи кои што треба да излезат.
О, ми звони алармот за цекињата.
Да,
Изгаси.
цвеќиња,
Окей,
да.
цекиња, да.
Е тоа што, значи екранот не е околу тебе насекаде, туку го гледаш буквално како правоаголник пред тебе.
Значи на мене тоа е за пред се за гледање.
Да, за гледање.
За гледање за
Ама може и да си гейма, што е многу јако.
Не е
проблем.
за-
А ќе ни го дадат,
Слушај.
ќе ни го дадат уште некоја недела да го подчачкаме, пошто
Јас овој веќе им го вратив.
Така е, ништа? Толку беше.
Значи кај вас е дечки од Sony, проверете во канцеларија. Океј, тоа беше првиот дел кој што иако сакавме многу брзо да го збичиме, ете така се продолжи.
Зашто сме исхајпани за
Да,
вториот.
да. Вториот дел е делот кој што едва го чекаме. Тоа ќе биде хајпот за WoW и нашиот гостин од Blizzard Entertainment, господинот Anslemo Talotta. Ќе ви кажеме малку повеќе за него во следниот дел, за време на паузата рачунајте дека имаме втор giveaway. А тој втор giveaway е giveawayот од Sony. Слушалици, како што знаете, дечките што ги добија слушалици претходниот пат се задоволни, мислам дека, ама го немам темело добро, да им пишам дека тем биле супер. Зборот кој што ќе го спамирате овој пат е, нека биде различно од минатиот пат,
Не, бе,
нека
Sony,
биде
да.
Sony. Ете. Значи пишувате Sony со големи букви, за време на паузата ние одиме да ги чекираме сите икони што ги има на нели на нашето како се вика тоа банерче што ги го видите сега и се враќаме со вториот дел од GG за ова вечер. Да не, пушти не да отидеме се овако кажи го валесни овце.
Прво giveaway.
Мора да направиме пуза малце подовечка. Пушни го којно бе?
А?
Којно.
Еве го. Оп,
Ете го.
доаѓа.
Весело. Океј, може сега да престанете со спамирање на лепи стол, гледам таму некој и Sony. Човекот кој што ги добија овие слушалици е Вечи мама. Сестро Златна. Кај те? Мислам дека имаш слични нешто за топлене на ушите, како слушалиците. Со здраве да се користиш, пиши ни одма мејл и
Не, порака на Twitch.
да, порака на Twitch. Значи,
Не Sony,
Абе, не Sony. Пиши ни мејл, телефон и друг кој така кој што може да ти сконтактираме за да ти да се договориме да ти ги пратиме слушалиците. Океј. Близко.
Близко.
Помина викендов. Јас Волку весел викенд немам одамна најдено, видено, собрано, доживеано. На големо задоволство мое и на целата екипа од GG, по некоја случајност во Македонија престојува еден дечко кој што работеше за Blizzard Entertainment допред многу брзо време, мислам дека допред некоја недела. Човекот е македонски зет и у случајот мислам дека е домазет. Работеше таму прилично неколку години работеше на поголеми наслови до сега. Ќе видите во кој оддел работеше. Пред да ни дојде во нашето студио, предлагам да погледнеме за што ќе разговараме денеска. Да не, пуштај. Ladies and gentlemen,
Ciao, ciao.
yeah, in the Lord of Macedonia, in the land of Macedonia, in the dungeon called the GG, there was this guy that shows up. Ladies and gentlemen, Anslemo Talotta from Italy through America comes to Macedonia. Hello, my friend. How are you? Okay, so we are speaking in English the rest of the show, so the ones that understand is going to be great. The ones that don't understand, they'll have to review the video with the subtitles later on the YouTube channel. How are you, man?
Pretty good.
It is great to have you here.
Thank you.
When did you arrive?
A couple of weeks ago.
Oh, you already look fatter and stuff, you know. It's because of the food here, you know.
The cuisine always does that to
Yeah.
strangers.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I was at Sedmica today. Sedmica?
Sedmica? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still digesting it.
Yeah, really? Yeah, when I eat sedmica, I feel like I don't want to eat for the next 3 days. But after 2 hours, I just want to do it again. You know, it's like
Yeah,
drugs.
Been there.
Maybe they put something in it. You know, like
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it's like gum. You need like 7 years to pass it. So
Yeah.
good luck on that.
Okay. You worked in Blizzard.
Mm-hmm.
For how long?
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, I started in 2008.
Oh, so you worked first at the HQ in Paris.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
office, in the Paris office for 2 years and a half, and then I moved to the HQ in Irvine.
Why was the merge?
I wanted to. I was working as a web developer, taking care of the .NET account management site, and they wanted to have all the development in one site in the headquarters. So the developer were invited to join the main campus.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good opportunity.
Was something? Did they left something in France?
There is a localization and like translations of the websites for the European languages, and some marketing site. So we have some web designer, but not.
But the core
not
is there.
web, yeah.
Tell us more about what exactly did you do in Blizzard?
You know, I was working like in a circus, and there was the ticket counter. So I was
Okay. Yeah, so you were counting
making sure that the
tickets.
people that were playing had to pay.
Okay.
So yeah, it's basically account management and payments. So
The
in order to play, you have to
microtransactions.
create awesome, yeah. So it started with the traditional payments in the web. You know, you could buy your games and then buy services, you know, for WoW in particular, PCT, paid character transfers, name changes. So we were selling all these products through the web, and I was working on that side. Then, you know, we had started to have more games that were offering in-game transactions, and Hearthstone, WoW also. So we worked to build a platform that was able to process payments from both the game and the
accounts.
games.
So when the error number, which one was the number for the
37.
Yeah, the error 37. When we cursed, you weren't affected from the curses, right?
There were 37 in Diablo.
Yeah, in
I
Diablo, when the
remember
login.
that, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I wasn't directly involved in that.
so no hard feelings.
Thankfully,
Yeah,
thankfully.
so now I can see you in your eyes. I can look into your eyes with no, no remorse. Okay, so tell me about something like from for Blizzard. How is to work for those guys? I mean, you know, we have this. They built this I don't know, like a fortunate and not only in money but like a great company that is like a religion now, and it's so big that there are people blindly playing their games and they believe in what they say and what they do. How was the feeling inside working from?
Yeah, fortunately you
inside?
forget that, because the rest would be crazy. Like going to work every morning, remembering that would be crazy. No, no, it's a special place. It's like different from any other place I worked before. You feel the hype, you feel that energy. Like almost all the employees are very passionate about. Many of them joined Blizzard because they were fan of Blizzard to begin with. That's why they applied and they got a job there. and so you feel this energy. That's great, and also it's like remain in high school forever because it's you can go dressed as you want. Like the executives of the company, but in normal places are like very dressed up and serious, and they have to maintain their tone. They're like come to the office like metal fans or. So yeah, that's the spirit. So that's pretty cool.
So if it's a prerequisite to be a huge fan of Blizzard, what was the game that made you a fan of Blizzard?
Actually, no. Fortunately, it's not a prerequisite. Let's say that it happens naturally. Like it's they have a lot of fun applied for jobs there. So it happens naturally that you have a. I actually, when I applied to Blizzard, I wasn't playing games from Blizzard from a long time. So I just found that they were looking for web developers with the skills that I had, and for their office in Paris, it was very cool for me the idea to work for a game company, to work in Paris. So I applied, and they need to grow very quickly. So I was lucky, got the job.
How did you end up working for Blizzard? What was your previous history? Did you go straight to programming? Did you do something before?
I was working for banks and credit card companies, but at the end, so it was completely different environment. But at the end, the job wasn't that difficult because Blizzard, was great at making games. But then they had World of Warcraft that was still growing. You needed to, make
expand
expand the platform for account management and payments. It was basically the same job that I was doing for the banks. Web applications would do that. Would do these kind of things, and so the job itself, like the technologies and the kind of activities I had to do were not so different. But of course, like I passed from taking care of credit card payments or management of your bank account to like make sure you were able to play. You had my first project in particular was a small application to show which regions were available in that moment. It was like pretty funny.
They were all full, always. Okay, so I'll chill out a little bit with the easy questions. Now I'll transfer you to my colleague. Now he will ask you some more core question. Now, what would you like to ask?
I would first like to ask some in-depth questions, if you're allowed to answer them. And one of the most interesting ones would be, have you played Titan?
No, I haven't tried that. There was a playable version that was very locked, so employees were invited to play, and you had to like pass through security guards and go in the secret room, and then you could play. There was some level playable, but basically it was just the FPS part. So what they kept for Overwatch.
So basically, you would say that Titan, actually Overwatch is what's left of Titan, or the most interesting part.
Yeah,
probably, the best part.
The best part.
I see.
At least the most fun, the pure game part, because Titan was very complex, was a lot of things, and some parts were very cool, but were not technically a game, if you want. And the FPS part was the pure game content, and it became Overwatch, and I played Overwatch.
And how important do you think is Titan to the change and growth of Blizzard as a company and the new direction they are taking now?
I mean, how important was that they canceled the project?
Yes.
No, the project itself, because they made a huge investment over the years. Like very few companies can afford to invest billions of dollars on a project for many years. The project started before I joined the company in 2008 and was cancelled last year. So that was why. So for sure, we're more than 5 years of development and huge investment. The team was huge, and we're searching new technologies, R&D, big R&D. But then they found out that we weren't able to make it fun. We weren't able to
They just
phenomenal.
didn't think that it was Blizzard quality, so
So
Blizzard was always like that with games that they didn't like.
I think that in this case is also the change of the game industry changed a lot. So like when they started, it was like when also World of Warcraft was growing so fast, and they believed that the MMOs were like becoming the most popular games, and they could make this investment like. And also that people could make this investment in playing games, like this big commitment. But actually, I think that the game industry changed the market changed. The players now are different than 10 years ago, and so I think that the game is like in the mind of people at least 10 years old. So not 10 years, like we started a few years after World of Warcraft. But anyway, it was the last decade. And so it wasn't fit for this decade.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves with the Overwatch talk. So I would maybe like to ask you, how many BlizzCons have you attended, and do all of the Blizzard employees, or most of them, attend BlizzCon?
All the people in the headquarters attend or work there. Like if you work in customer support or QA in Blizzard, you are offered the opportunity to be volunteer or pay work in BlizzCon. So it's very self-managed. Blizzard doesn't hire professional to do the convention. It's all made
in-house.
So everything is done there. So and very few people from the other offices are invited. It's around. We want to keep as much room for the players as possible. So
how's the atmosphere there? How's the vibe?
no, it's great. It's great. It's like the only occasion, or the main opportunity for the employees and the developers to actually meet the fans physically, and even if it's just a very small fraction of the fans, because like probably little more than 10,000 can join the convention, is still like huge. You see all these fans that are really, they come with costumes. There are a lot of cosplayers. They are having the time of their life. They are super excited, and it gives to the company a lot of energy.
Yeah.
So and even like every employee feels that energy and feels like rewarded for their work in Blizzard.
Yeah, I remember that whenever he posted a photo on Facebook, I always pee myself. With all these picnics, and you see the Mark Morheim there, you see like the rest of the people. I see there those private pictures of you having a dinner with what was his name? The guy with the hair. Well, actually, everyone are with the hair there.
Samwise did you?
No, it wasn't his. It was another guy. I don't remember.
I was probably drunk because I don't remember either.
Yeah. You got that Macedonian raki. I sent it to you. That was the talk. And when I saw this, like they had this picnic in front of the headquarters, and with all the drinking and singing, and they had this like the microphones and playing guitar. And stuff.
There are a lot of activities. Like they try to keep the life. So if you work in Blizzard, you work very, very hard. You have a lot of overtime to do. It's really hard, but they try to keep it fun as well. So there are a lot of internal events. Like every year there was some contest, more than one actually. There is like an Halloween contest. Actually last year there was the guy from our department with a very good costume of Khal Drogo.
Yeah, Khal Drogo.
Became very popular over the internet.
I remember there.
Yeah, that started just for our internal Halloween costume contest. And there was like a talent contest, and for the release of every game there is a champagne toast. So there are like hundreds and hundreds of bottles of California champagne. It's not real champagne. But still,
It's champagne light.
but anyway, it's rare that you get to taste it, because it's a toast where all the people like.
You don't get drunk?
No, it's all in your body. How do you say that? It's you use it to spray people.
Oh yeah. For taking a shower, yeah. We use soap here, and like a shower gel and stuff.
Champagne, yeah.
See, that was what famous people and rich people use for bath. champagne, and we used like the soup.
Just for lunches.
Yeah. That's one of the things I like most about Blizzard is the friends and family policy over their employees. That as I remembered, as I was told and heard that whenever you got a job at Blizzard takes care of the other half of your family if they want the job in Blizzard. Is that true?
They make an effort when possible. It's not always possible, of course, but yeah, they try to accommodate your situation, and they are pretty good with that. Above all, because imagine United States, it's huge, and people have to move, really travel far to maybe join the company. Even if they are in the United States, there are a lot of people that are even from abroad. So. And South California is a very cool place to live, but it's very different from everything you have seen before, and it's kind of difficult to find yourself there. So, like some assistance, above, if you go there to work, you're so excited, you're so busy that for you it's just fine. But yeah, the other part of the family can be a little bit overwhelmed by the change. So yeah, Blizzard's trying to help in that.
So what is your favorite Blizzard game then?
Hearthstone now. It's to be honest, I didn't spend so much time playing games, like as an hardcore gamer, and so Hearthstone for me is the perfect game because still is Blizzard quality, still there is a lot of depth and complexity, but it's a game that you can have fun for 15 minutes, half an hour every day. You don't need to spend hours in order to be good at it and be able to be competitive and keep up with your friends. So it's very easy to.
Yeah, I really enjoy the fact that you can wake up, drink your coffee, and just play Hearthstone until you're drinking your coffee and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it from you. Yeah, I'll have more questions for you. Zerg, Terran, or Protoss?
Terran.
Yeah.
Borderlands or Alliance?
Or but not so much. Like I'm not taking apart. So I'm pretty cool with both.
Yeah. Jenna James or Brianna Banks?
Sylvia Sand. Do you
Sylvia
remember?
Sand, yeah. Okay, Britney or Christina Aguilera? Which one?
No.
No, really? Yeah.
Most importantly, Raki or whiskey?
Rakia?
Really?
Yeah,
of course.
He is Rakia though.
No, sure not.
I'm very familiar with his.
Yeah. I have a lot of questions here, but they are probably more related to the things that we are going to talk next.
Yeah. So
I would like to ask you to stay with us and go through the happening of BlizzCon that was the last week. Are you cool with that? I want to listen to your opinion about the stuff we are saying.
Okay.
You weren't there because you were here.
Yeah.
I know that, but most of the things are there were a lot of new announcements. Most of them we know about them, but there was this one surprise, and we will go through them. And you are here to ask some very hard questions, like stuff. Are we going from the start?
Yep.
Do we have
Let's
a
go
video
from the start.
or something to show?
Yep.
Okay, shoot.
Let's go. Just a second.
Yeah, it's somewhere there.
Goblins and gnomes. Goblins and gnomes. Both are super brilliant, but you would never know. Everything they seem to make is salty or explode. Perfecting imperfection. Goblins and gnomes.
Unleash Goblin Fury! For Gnomragon!
Hearthstone, goblins versus
Gnomes.
Yeah, the ugliest versus the more ugliest things that I've ever seen. Like lizard against
According
the
to the
frogs.
internet, the two favorite races of all time. Everybody loves the gnomes. Not.
Really, like You know,
But it
like-
doesn't matter, but it's the two most comical races.
Yeah, but
so-
like, I thought that there can't be anything weirder than the beardy woman dwarf in the world. But then when I saw the gnomes with the glasses and stuff, there was like, no way, this is
Remember,
the next
there was
level.
a Dungeons and Dragons movie where the dwarf explained the bearded dwarf women, where he wants to have something to hold on to when.
Yeah, we call it boobs actually, you know.
Well,
Like, yeah.
maybe something more serious. But
Whoa.
on BlizzCon they announced a new expansion.
Yeah.
This is an official expansion. It's not that Nexteramus bullshit that we got a couple of.
Okay, Naxxramas was
Was
just
the-
addition of an
maybe a-
adventure mode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was more than
Yeah.
it was more like
it was-
DLC. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was a
yeah.
campaign.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
it was something that was very needed, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I thought that the Naxxramas mode, I thought that should be from the start of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It should have
in
been,
my
yeah.
opinion, it's supposed to be there, but you know, it's better now than never. You know?
Yeah.
The most exciting thing about it is that there's going to be 120 new cards.
Yep.
Which is a huge addition compared to what Nexteramus was.
That means the total meta game of the game is changing.
This will bring the whole game to around 400 cards. Currently, it had up until this expansion is going to be out next month. It had 280ish.
Yeah, that means more money to Blizzard and less money for us.
The most important thing to say about this is that it's going to be a new booster pack. So you won't be able to get these two wings like it was in Nexteramus. Basically, how you're going to get this is you're going to have a choice between the old booster pack for the old cards or a new booster pack which includes the new cards.
Yeah, as if you went to a store.
Yeah, and from what I've been able to see so far, the most exciting thing about it is that all of the goblins have that random number generator in them. The fact like you play a card like the Mad Bomber, for example, that targets does 3 damage
Different targets, yeah.
to different targets. There is one particular card that I particularly liked was when it comes into play, it gives all of the minions either a Divine Shield, a Charge, or a Wind Fury. So it's all-
Well, as if the game wasn't random enough so far.
well, I don't know, maybe you can tell us about how they feel about the RNG in
I'm scared about that actually. I don't like that change, but yeah.
All changes are hard, man. Even coming to Macedonia was hard.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll be okay. Like this is very conservative in making changes. Like it tests them a lot. There's a lot of internal, back and forth before releasing something. So I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure it's going to be fun as well.
Yeah.
So there is a new
When is going out?
it's coming out next month
Okay,
and
with the Android,
sorry what?
with the Android.
I'm not sure.
I know.
They didn't say anything about the Android.
Yes, they said at the start of BlizzCon, at the very start.
Well, it's here. It's around New Year.
Yeah,
Before,
yeah.
later,
I saw
it's
this
here.
because
It's
I was. It was at the really start, and I saw this Android logo in the back of I don't know who was speaking at that moment, but I think that it was something like that, but I didn't hear the.
Well, you know the soon trademark joke that
Yeah.
everybody does. Maybe you can tell us why it hasn't been out on Android yet. Maybe there's some internal.
Develop for Android is there is a lot of entropy. Like there are so many different resolutions and different devices, and Blizzard wanted to be sure to do something that is Blizzard quality. So actually, I saw an alpha of the game on Android that was very smooth already, like probably 4 months ago or 6 months ago, something like that. So I know that the game is almost ready on Android, but they wanted to, as usual, make sure that
It plays good on every device.
is
So
keep up with the rest.
I know that this is probably internal stuff. Please don't answer this if you're not allowed. But does that mean that on different devices it's going to be a different UI? Is this what's holding them back, or is it just the optimization?
No,
for
it has
different-
to be optimized, and
I'm not sure
I
that
guess
the
it's,
UI.
there will be new UI, but probably not simply for Android. It's when you have it for different kind of devices.
Probably it's going to be like the details and stuff,
Yeah.
but that's that's then the quality of the game is lowering. So I'm not sure how are they going to deal with that.
Because
No, actually, the game was so successful that they want to go on any device, mobile device possible. Before it
Yeah.
was just for tablet. It's going to be in the future for any mobile device you can imagine.
yeah.
Not the watch.
Yeah, the watch.
Not that.
So,
I hope so.
That would be pretty challenging.
yeah.
maybe with some voice recognition stuff.
No,
it
it's
brings
going to,
you what
it's going to be
games
Hearthstone
you
with one card only.
For Google Glass, maybe.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be one card only game.
Was-
Like
Yeah.
one. What you get, then that's what you should.
Did you guys expect the Hearthstone to be such a huge hit?
That's funny because I think the people that were working on the game, they knew it, I think, from the beginning. Because not all of them, but few people were really believing in this project, were really like passionate, and you saw the result after this passion. But even the rest of the company at the beginning was quite, doubtful about that. It was like, okay, whereas this team that is taking this thing is a project experimental, let them do what they want, but just no one was expecting nothing. And then the first time we presented internally, we have in Blizzard some show and tell when the game teams and show to the rest of the company what we are doing. It's all work in progress, all secret, and they show the game for the first time like it was just a match, and one of the main designers was commenting the match, and just watching the match. Other people were playing was so fun. The people changed completely their mind immediately, and everyone started to believe in the game. All the employees, and it happened the same externally. Like the game was announced, and all the people say, "Well, Blizzard is doing that. It's ridiculous. Or it's a joke."
Yeah,
And
nobody
then
believed me.
and then when
it
it was
was-
presented for the first time, I don't remember the occasion, but they presented to the public in some game convention. I don't remember which, and immediately the people when saw it changed their mind, and so the expectations start to build, and even if the expectations were very high when before releasing the game, before the beta, before the game came out, still like the results, the success of the game was double the
Way above the
expectations.
expectation. Do you when you work in Blizzard? Do you have like a must play a game through your working hours?
No, some people do. Like as a software engineer, I don't. But like people that work in the community, for instance, so they are like following the forums, and they have to talk with the players. I mean, the thing is, it's not like kind of a very strong obligation. So it is not a problem for them to play. Like they join that team because they like to play the games. But yeah, they are required to play, and there are also some restrictions. For instance. For StarCraft, they need to know all
The races.
the races, so they are also to play random. They cannot pick up. But when they play at work, of course, when they play at home, they can do whatever they
Yeah,
want.
but at work you only have to, you can only play random.
Yes.
Yes, that's why I never learned how to play Zerg or Protoss, even after the single player. Are you allowed to play other games in Blizzard?
Oh, yeah, of course, you're encouraged to do that.
Can you play like
you're very welcome to play
Counter-Strike on Dota?
Yeah, you can play every game, even the game that are more directly competitors of the Blizzard games. You are invited to play. You're very encouraged to play all games.
That's a
we
good
want
policy,
people to-
actually.
Yeah.
Good strategy.
Yeah, you have. No matter the job you have, even if you're working in customer support and you don't need a powerful computer, still you have a gaming machine as your workstation, so you can play at work.
I mean, it's very good to know your competition first of all, especially to work in game
It's not
development.
only knowing the competition, it's also about drawing inspiration.
Exactly, yeah. That's what I was going to add. So, how excited are you about the new expansion for Hearthstone? Since you're a Hearthstone player.
I tell you, I'm very excited. I always, I like the game how it was. So this randomness Where's me a little?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the
and
goblins.
then
It's
also-
the goblins. I
also-
say it's the goblins.
And then all the I didn't save enough gold for buying. There are a lot of people that spend money, fortunately, on Hearthstone, but you actually are not required
Don't have
to.
to,
Yeah, of course.
That's the best part actually from it.
Yeah, but
You have to earn. Yeah, but you don't have to spend like Danko did.
Yeah, what's a
Yeah,
specific
you have
choice?
to mention that every time.
Yeah.
As a Blizzard employee, do you get some
Oh
sort
yeah,
of gold that
yeah.
you can spend?
In terms of in-game benefits, you have a lot. Like you have a 25 years key for World of Warcraft.
Mhm.
So basically, you play
That was my
forever.
question. Do you pay subscriptions?
No, you don't, and even like your family doesn't need to, because you have every Christmas you have 2 1-year keys and a lot of other benefits. Before you had like 3 keys for 25 years, but since now there is more diversification, we decided to give you just 1 key, but you get something like $400 or $500 in e-balance.
Mhm.
So
You
money
can
that
spend on whatever
you can
want.
spend in any game you want.
That's
In,
great.
but
Apparel.
I never spend it for Hearthstone, even if the game I bought a lot. I took a lot of package, but just earning the gold.
Can you spend the money on apparel?
Yeah.
T-shirts,
Yeah,
headsets.
everything you can use
Mhm. Nice.
e-balance for. So even actually, BlizzCon ticket, as an employee, you get 1 free ticket, and you get 1 discounted ticket for your spouse or your special one, and you have also the opportunity to buy other 2 tickets at full price. It's still like a big advantage. Usually are the things that I think almost everyone uses. Even if it's not cheap, the ticket, you always have a lot of requests of people that like to
Yeah,
buy
he used to have 3 copies of games for Christmas, and then he met me, and then he did only 2 copies.
We know.
Yeah, I know.
So,
That's a grace actually.
Yeah.
I thought of the things that I guess you had a lot of things from Blizzard, in
apparel
at home.
and
Yeah.
games
And games and clothing. And where is it now? Since you're moving from US?
spread around the world, man. I'm sorry.
It's like a Red Cross, and then it's Anslemo, giving things from Blizzard to people.
concerning Hearthstone, they also played the finals.
Yeah. Are you going to say something
I
about
was super excited about the finals, and then it became super one-sided. It was Firebat versus that no-name guy, Celestial. I'm not sure what his full name is.
Mhm.
If you say it with the
Yeah.
voice, like the Celestial.
The Celestial.
Yeah, you'll remember that.
But it just turned out to be a 3-0 match. Firebat didn't lose with his druid, which was ridiculous. I mean, it was so boring to watch.
You know what what I found boring about the Hearthstone tournament? I thought I'm gonna enjoy it more, but I didn't, because it was, I don't know if it's really suitable as a format for esports as the other titles. I mean, all the time it was.
So it's more
was
than
the player, and
it's
now
more than World of Warcraft.
should I play this game card? Or no, I won't play it. Or I will play it.
See,
oh no, I won't play it. And
It wasn't
Play
that
the damn
no,
card.
but it wasn't that boring when we were watching the 5 of us.
Yeah, that's.
We were like,
But
no,
if you're
he can
him-
do that. Yeah, we can. No,
Maybe.
he can do
Yeah.
this combination and stuff.
Actually, I think that if you have a good commentator, it's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Like the first times I watched matches was from one of the designers that is also a great commentator of
Mhm.
the game, and really makes it so fun.
The one
and
with
I
the
think
deep
it's the same
voice
with the
that was
yes,
actually
yes,
on the
The
bar.
God.
yeah, it was
God.
famous as the voice of God in Blizzard, because any internal event is having is the speaker
Announcer, yeah.
and is making the announcement, and with this is able to make this incredibly deep voice. So it's Sacred Identity is as the voice of God.
The thing about it is that if you're into the game, it's always about play-by-play commentating, and if the commentator is good, for example, like Artosis was, which sadly wasn't for the finals because he was doing the StarCraft thing, it's always fun to watch. These 2 guys that did the finals were sort of not so good, but
Well, okay, they'll grow. Probably
absolutely.
they'll grow.
Yeah, it's also difficult like to
commentators.
commentate that. It's a new thing. Like before, it wasn't like esport for cards. Esport in general is recent in general, and sport about cards. still very new. People
Yeah. Well, if you
to know how to make it fun.
yeah.
So
If you-
there was a lot of other stuff going on for
Yeah.
BlizzCon. So maybe we should check something else
of course, because there's
Of course, it's a horse. Let's see. What else do we have here? Let's go-
Surprise me.
Surprise you.
Yeah. Yeah, the Legacy of the Void, the third and the final expansion of the StarCraft 2 saga. I am a very big fan of StarCraft. I know that you played StarCraft for a long time, and we did a couple of matches, I think.
No, I'm too weak for you. Man.
Yeah, but in that time I was also weak. Yeah. Well, the StarCraft 2. I forgot the title. Or the Legacy of the Void is a setting that is after the second expansion. That was the Heart of the Swarm. The final battle is going to happen. The three races are basically going together to the inevitable and to end this long war. The expansion comes out to be announced.
Soon trademark?
Yes, soon trademark. What I saw, basically there are some changes in the gameplay, but there wasn't that I didn't expect it. Actually, in all the games, the older games that are
few units,
yeah.
rebalance.
One of the things that I liked really much that hits me like for on a sentimental level is the coming back on the lurkers. You know the old classic unit from Brood War.
That we all hold so dearly.
Yeah. I thought that they're going to implement that in the second game, the Hearts of the Swarm, but they
The
didn't.
first expansion.
Yeah, they did something similar. I don't know the name of the units, the one that makes these balloons of their backs and did small. But anyway, there's not much to say about the game.
I really liked the new change to the tunnels for the Zerg.
Yeah,
Which are untargetable until they are finished, so you can basically like put like 4 or 5 of them in front of the base and he can do nothing about it.
I think that is going to be a matter of change. I'm not sure that it's a great advantage. I mean, it was hard enough not to spot a tunnel in your main. What about playing one parasite there and see everything and just put 5? He can transport everything the whole base in it. So I think that is going to be some changes about that, but
definitely a lot better than the Protoss pylon drop thingy that they can teleport on. So it's definitely interesting how it's going to change probably the meta, because all we see mostly is in the scene is.
But the problem with the Nudus channel is that while somebody is trying to pylon you, like to do a tower rush or something with it. He have this worker that have to come to spend resources and time to build. This you don't have to sacrifice a unit. You can't kill it while it's working. So basically, it's much more advantage than the pylon thing you said.
You really have to see it in a comparison. So what's your favorite StarCraft 2 character?
I don't have a StarCraft 2 favorite character.
Everyone loves Raynor.
Nah, it's boring. It's a little bit,
Nova.
No. Yeah, she's hot actually. I thought she is going to play a major role in the second
Takis
game.
was cool. I'm sorry that didn't last long.
Takis Phoenix? Takis Phoenix, yeah. The fat guy. Well, he was transferred to Heroes of the Storm and he's pretty good there.
Everybody's there.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about these expansions and needs to be mentioned, I think, is that it's a standalone expansion. You don't need to have StarCraft 2 and the previous
Yeah.
expansion, so you can just buy this one and hop in.
I really hate the fact that it's a full price game though. Like, if you want to play all three of the games, you basically have to pay at least 20 for the previous expansions. I'm not sure how much the second one
Not
is.
anymore. That was he saying.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
You get them.
If
You get them all when you buy
Yeah,
this?
you get the full length.
That's what I.
Yeah. I'm not sure that you get the rest, but I think that you can totally
From
play.
what I understood, they are going to give a discount for the people that buy the third game for
If
the
you want.
previous ones.
Okay, well, for me, either ways, I'm buying it. But the thing that you can play it without charging every month on
Mhm.
Battle.net and with your friends, that's a huge release.
But the
Yeah.
final
Really?
was funny. The last game, I remember this like it was yesterday because it was. But it was like the 6th or 7th game, something like that. They started. I talked to Gorast about something from the previous game. I turned around and he was already holding the cup. It was something like 45 seconds or a minute and a half rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
It depends. It depends on the. I don't think that that's going to change that much. The rushes and the architecture is going to be pretty much the same. But StarCraft, I think it lost a lot of its gameplay till this day. A lot of people that I played stopped playing because of the mechanics and the things. There was something they did. I don't know what exactly. That put a little bit hard time on StarCraft. The leather and the gameplay got a little bit,
I don't think it's that. I think that
or the people's.
that's the thing. Like, you know, if it's a kind of game that requires a lot of dedication, and people just don't have the dedication anymore. So, but they blame maybe the game. It's just that very younger before for them, like playing 4 hours a day for that game was okay before, was fun, and that's why we became so good at it. Okay, now the game is evolving. You still would require that kind of passion. And you don't have that before, and I say, oh, the game mechanics.
That's why I don't play the other races. I have to spend a lot of time, you know, like to get to the level I am with the Terran.
I heard that they're going to do daily ladders or weekly ladders now, so that's
Well,
probably going to break it up a little bit. I'm not a player myself, so I don't know how it's going to affect the game, but it sure sounds interesting.
Yeah, personally, I don't play the game on a competitive level. Really, it needs a time investment that I'm not willing to invest actually. But I find the game very rewarding to play it for its story, because I think it's the most mature and serious and most
better
developed.
structured story. Because
Yeah.
WoW is great, like but it's like a universe of stories. It's too complex,
Yes.
and it's difficult to have a unity. Instead, StarCraft is really like
Engine.
engine.
We're talking about the engine? Or
No,
the story.
Just. Oh yeah, the best part for me. Yeah,
Welcome
the
back.
Yeah. I was reading there are a lot of questions from viewers, and I was going through them. The story is the
campaign
best
is
part.
cool, and
No.
the story is very well structured. It has a how do you say? It's never mind. It's
The races, I mean, they're so
Detailed and everything. It's so
I
good.
think they are better than all of the SF films out there. The
Yeah,
races,
yeah.
the way they are developed.
The races and the lore
I mean,
and
they are
everything.
strongly inspired by science fiction that
Yeah,
is
of
out there,
course,
like
of course.
Alien, Predator.
Yes,
we
of
all
course,
know
we
the
all know that,
inspiration
but-
and
But
the
there was more
Warhammers,
time for
Yeah, but
for
it feels
developing that.
the
yeah.
Warhammer and everything. But and there was a legal dispute at one time between Games Workshop and Blizzard for drawing too much inspiration from Warhammer 40k and implementing that into
Yeah.
StarCraft. But I think with the time they found their own. I mean, the Protoss.
There is
as a
I think it's pure heresy to compare
masterful.
Space Marines from Warhammer to Space Marines from StarCraft, because one of those from the StarCraft are hillbillies, the other ones are
but
angels.
but
it's not only the Space
see, this is the thing.
Marines,
It's recycled
no.
material and
it's
it's
the
inspired.
Tyranids versus
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Zerg, but I think they are far enough from their inspiration. I mean,
I think that they keep the safe distance, and it's
Yeah.
the perfect distance
that's
to.
what I said. With the time, they developed them so much that they grew into something
Yes,
very unique. And in my opinion, and you don't have to agree with me, the
I
best
agree.
races that are out there.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, if you compare it to World of Warcraft, it's like World of Warcraft is
No.
it's a small child.
World
I mean,
of Warcraft got watered down with, the World of Warcraft got watered down by the MMO. I mean, Chris Metzen says all the time, we can put anything inside
it makes sense.
in the world, if we put it into context, and it works. And they're doing that all the time, but by doing so, they water down the world.
Yeah.
Well, this world is still pure. It's focused on these three races. They didn't expand it even, from StarCraft 1 to StarCraft 2. It's pure, and the story is masterful.
It's clean. It's good. It's a great story. It's full with emotions and stuff. And the thing that even if they are, I mean, they are. We know that they are inspired from other things. I still feel them like they're different races. I know it's from Alien. I know it's everything, but it still feels like it's totally different and new and fresh.
That's how it is in every other world. I mean, you need to get inspired by something, and then
the World Championship, the CS Globals was there. Great matches actually. They were long. They were intense. The prize pool was $250.
100,000 for the first.
Yeah, 100,000 for the first one, 50,000 for the second one, 15 for the third and the fourth, and then was 7.5 and the 5,000. It was played on the last day on Blizzard
and from a friend of mine that was there actually, she told me that it was just packed. You couldn't get in.
Yeah, I heard that too. There was 16 matches for the finals. The first round was on November 1st, and the final battle was against Life and MMA, and
Life won.
Yeah, Life won.
That last game was ridiculous. Like I didn't even see it. Like,
that was so intense.
Yeah. So,
it was great. He took $1,000 at home. Teja was in the semifinals.
Yeah.
He lost there. I was a fan of his.
I was rooting for Bomber.
Yeah, he's a cool guy also. They got Teja after that to speak about the match. He was so like not sorry, but he knew what he did to lose.
It was a marathon though. They were playing for like 6 or 7 days, and I remember that the first day when it was like the weekend before, they played for 18 hours or something like that. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a massacre.
All part of the job, I guess.
Okay, let's
go for
see.
the main course.
Yeah, no main. We got the semi-main. What's
Heroes.
next?
Oh yeah, Heroes. All right.
Heroes of the Storm, getting out of technical alpha and coming to beta.
Closed beta.
Closed beta, yeah.
January
Closed beta.
15th.
It's the phase before the open beta.
Before we go any further, I must ask Anselmo something. Are all Blizzard alphas this polished?
Oh yeah, usually they are.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, it's very. You have the decision to play a full game, and sometimes you wonder why this is not out already. But yeah, they are perfectionists there. They really want to have the perfect balance. So as a player, sometimes you see just certain aspects of the game because your style of playing, and maybe you have a certain experience as a player. But you have to consider that games, particularly with the sets of Blizzard games, are complex. They have a lot of different. They are for a lot of different kinds of players with a different style, different experiences, and so what seems very smooth for you and perfect for you, because maybe you're the typical player. For other kinds that are too good or too new, maybe it's not as smooth. And so that's why I said that probably
Is
you
there
can have
like-
that impression. But they have a lot of tests. Like we have user experience designers that run usability tests.
Mhm.
So like people sometimes they look for people that are not players at all, or have different kind of players, and they invite them on site. They ask to play, and they record their experience to know what could be wrong. Apart the usual QA tests where QA agents try to test all the aspects of the game. So that's why also it takes so long from the alpha. It is really technically so polished and has very few bugs from the game engine and all the technical parts. Just for the balance, the pure design balance takes very long time after that.
Yeah, you know why I'm fascinated actually with the level of polish in Heroes of the Storm, because to my knowledge it's done by Team 1 in Blizzard, which at the same time works on StarCraft
Yeah,
2.
StarCraft 2.
So they at
They
the same
split.
time
Yeah, they split their resources.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically
that was the main concern about the StarCraft the Void and everything.
Yeah, and it probably is a legitimate concern. Like I think that like Blizzard really has a special eye for StarCraft for a matter of it's part of the lore from a long time. Is there is the esport? It's a big part of the esport, but is not so strategic from other point of views, particularly financially, as probably Heroes is going to be.
Yeah.
So they made an effort to finish, to have the second expansion and to close it with dignity and
The second expansion of
Yeah.
what? Of StarCraft?
yeah,
Yeah,
keep
that
it
was
with
a great expansion.
Yeah, no, I mean it's we wanted to finish in without throwing it away. We wanted to keep it
The level
decent
of quality.
but on the other side they need to like invest their resources in other directions because it wasn't like financially sustainable.
Why is that? They can't find enough people to.
The business model is not just going to work in this world anymore. Like now, you
Single
need
player games are not that profitable
yeah,
as
it
online games.
they don't justify the investment. Like for making a Blizzard quality game now, you need to invest so much money, and these games, are good for the lore, is good for the culture, good for the, esport is important, but still, it's this kind of games requires these investments need business models now that are more remunerative. So they had to reuse part of the technology they used for StarCraft 2 for Heroes and.
So it's the same engine actually, which is
There
very
are a lot of
powerful.
there are a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean the engine of StarCraft is like.
It's very powerful.
Yeah, I remember
In
doing
graphical
like
sense,
first-person shooter and third-person shooter like World of StarCraft and stuff like that. It was mad.
Actually,
What can
the
you do
only
with
issue that probably the engine has is it runs on every machine, but it doesn't run well on anything. Like I don't think it's super optimized.
Which one?
StarCraft 2 engine.
I
Really?
have to argue
Yeah.
with
No,
you
man.
on
Because
this.
I played it on a pretty powerful machine, both for the first game and the second expansion, especially those custom scenarios where you do the tug of war stuff, where there's a lot of units in them. It runs like pretty much like shit on GTX 770, for example, with 8 GB of RAM and an i7
Yeah.
processor.
I play it on my wife's laptop and it's mid-core laptop. It's not ultra settings, but it's high and everything's.
Yeah, you can always find the middle ground where it will run well on your machine, but it never runs super well when you go all out.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That wasn't the goal in this kind of games. Also, why
It's
doesn't
your
add
energy,
so much
man.
value.
It's your energy, bro.
Yeah,
Okay, bro.
The thing that is impressive is like the speed. It's
It's fast.
it's super fast, and working with you can play with people in other regions, and still be able to play with the without experience
Yeah.
A lot of
any latency, and
Yeah.
that's what it was about.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty excited about this game actually. I think I'm maybe the only fan here in GG of this game, but I'm really excited to see all the heroes of this.
Why? I am a bit of fun, but I don't felt that the alpha was.
But it's alpha. That's why it's
yes,
alpha,
but
you know?
I had a lot of other games that I want to play, so spending
Well-
time on it was a little bit too much.
It was
in-
super
in
fun
this.
to watch the match for the final, though. I was very excited to see how Blizzard actually looks at Heroes of the Storm as a competitive game. And
I think it has a bright future as a
it
competitive
definitely
game.
Yeah,
has
I
a
think,
bright
I think
future.
yeah, he's got a potential.
You know what? There's no this build up to the action. There's no like, oh, now we're gonna
It's
farm
constant.
10 minutes and then we get to the or 20 minutes and then get to the action. It's non-stop action
Instant.
from start to finish. And to have all these, heroes, we are getting now till probably January 15th, Trial and Jaina and
The Vikings.
the
The
Lost Vikings.
Eric,
They showed
the
the
Swift.
Butcher from Diablo 3. They showed King Leoric from Diablo 3, the Crusader from Diablo 3.
After BlizzCon, they announced the Diablo 3 map.
The Diablo 3
Hell in
Hell
Heaven.
versus Heaven.
that's a
And
cool.
they said on BlizzCon that the maps that we are playing now in the alpha, in the current alpha, were maps that were thrown together in 2 weeks to be presented at the last year's BlizzCon. So, in sense of level design, I think we are yet to see what this game has to offer. All this is so far, I think, very experimental.
I have to say that I saw a lot of variety in the final, especially when it comes to the length of the games. So the first couple of games were sort of like not so long in a sense where they were 15 to 20 minutes, but the last one lasted for 38, which surprised me so much.
38, I think it was 30 something. Shorter.
It was a little bit longer than that, but I've never seen such a long game when I
Yeah,
played the game.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
okay.
I thought it was one of the qualities, was one of the strategic decisions
Yeah.
of the,
Twen-
sort of fastest pace,
20
shortest
minutes
games.
mark.
Yeah, 20 minutes was the goal.
And if they see that the games, especially on competitive level, drag out, they can just balance for that.
Yeah, that's a tweaks. Questions from the audience. Let's see. Do you like it in Macedonia?
If I like Macedonia,
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, Alexandra Marcos asked that to be here. Chucholino one asks, what was your reaction when you first discovered that you are going to work for Blizzard? Like, do the reaction like, or,
Yeah, the first reaction, I can leave this boring job now. Because
yeah.
it was cool when I was in the office, so I took the rest of the day off. I didn't care anymore.
Oh yeah, I would have done the same actually. Yeah.
What's the name of the person? Chicholina or something?
No, it's not Chicholina.
Ah, okay,
No.
okay.
Very close.
Yeah,
Very
Yeah,
close.
she was a politician. Yeah.
On
Yeah,
the
it was a
edge.
very famous politician.
What was your most memorable moment that connects you to Blizzard?
Memorable moment that connects me with Blizzard. Like, not as an employee, as a gamer? Or
It doesn't matter. Whenever you felt like this, I'm never gonna forget this. That is
So there is this
God
thing
fits.
that the Blizzard employees in the headquarters get to have for working in Blizzard is like a party in Las Vegas where all the company goes every 2 years, more or less. And so I had two of these parties when I was there. And the first party when it was basically in Las Vegas, probably not for the first time, but for the first time where I really enjoyed it. It was like a school trip, when you're at high school, you go with all your
Road
friends
trip.
and visit another
Hangover,
city, and then
yeah.
you have in the hotel, the first time go over the alcohol in
We
the
saw
hotel.
the Hangover the first and the second.
So
part,
basically,
yeah.
if you work in Blizzard, you get to experience that even in your adult life, because all the company goes to Vegas. They basically take almost all an entire hotel for all the Blizzard employees, and there are parties organized by the company. And so the first time I was there with one of this party was like running on an elevator and was seeing Las Vegas from the top. Then I said, "Oh, thanks Blizzard, that's awesome."
Yeah, I would like that. Loktark Stream ask a question that I'm not sure that is. He's asking if the Hearthstone is coming out on iPhone 6.
Yes.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yes.
Why should not be since it's on iStore? So
Maybe not on 3GS, but
Actually, I thought I was hesitant because I don't remember if it was said publicly that it was going to go on well,
Yeah,
phones,
on
right?
OLs, maybe the resolution is natively for iPhone 5, but that's a major, minor.
It's already announced for iPhone 5, right?
Yeah, it's
So-
out. It's for tablets. Oh no, sorry, no. It's a good question actually. When I
Okay,
think
so
of it.
yeah, so the
So it's
answer
an iOS for the
So the
tablet.
answer, I don't know.
But for iPhone 6, is it? That's a good question. Do you
Okay,
know that?
so, if it's not announced, I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
But yeah,
But it's
if
dynamic resolution and Unity.
Yeah.
But as I told you before, like Blizzard was interested in having that in all the possible mobile devices.
Question: did you ever met Chris Metzen, and what do you think about him?
I never spoke with him directly. Saw him around a lot. It's very cool guy. It's like you see him on stage, I think.
Which of the top tier did you met personally?
I met the wife of Mike Moran. I had lunch with other people and her because she's also an executive now. She works for in the Team 1, so Heroes and StarCraft 2. And she's an incredible person. She's very humble, very friendly. But it's something that's part of the Blizzard culture. All the executives, the most important people there, they start, having this company when we were very young, and because we're passionate gamers, and they did this job for the last 20 years. And the most important thing was having fun with the job, not the money that they earn. I think having fun, and we continue to have fun, and still wanted to keep this friendly attitude and be very close to the employees. So in these parties, usually they are very reachable. Actually, probably it's because I have a shy attitude. Otherwise, I could be friend with all of them. Probably.
Yeah, I think also. Boyka777 asks a question that I'm not sure that I agree with it. He's asking which is the best expansion of World of Warcraft and why after the TBC the game went downfalls.
It didn't went after TBC?
Yeah, I think the game was a little bit off from the vanilla with the TBC, but not the other. The other were pretty good.
I think that with Cataclysm, at least Blizzard also recognized some mistake or some decision that wasn't wise with Cataclysm, and also where we lost a lot of players with that. But I think that if the amount of players, the player base continue to go down, wasn't for the game itself. I actually think that Mist of Pandaria is actually much better than previous expansions.
Yeah, of course.
It's just that it got his maturity, and now is actually probably is. What also made the game so big was the players started at the beginning and were so hardcore and continued playing for so many years. But at some point was like reasonable to expect that they were quitting the game after like you spent invested so much of your life for 7-8 years. It's normal that you find something
switch
else.
people and everything.
And the new players,
new game comes out.
Yeah, it's a different world now, different game industry, different. So it's normal that we are not that committed. There are many other games, many devices that were not existing 10 years ago. So the world changed, and it's normal that it can't be that game so successful and universal anymore. So the quality actually I think is going up, and even with the last expansion, there are a lot of very good decisions that we are taking. And so, but the problem, the fact that it's not having the same popularity that he had before doesn't mean that the game is worse. It's just that.
But then keeping in mind the number of players that Blizzard that WoW still retains in after 10 years.
That's impressive. It's the
It's basically plus that. Keep in mind the game is you have to pay to play every month. That's
nobody got even close.
Yeah.
Even if it at the lowest point at which it was Cataclysm towards Mist of Pandaria. Actually, it was Mist of Pandaria towards the Siege of Orgrimmar, where there was like 6.8 or something like that.
Did Cool92 asks if do you like as a employed in Blizzard? Does all the employees in Blizzard have like this pair, like different servers for World of Warcraft that you can play on?
Absolutely no.
Or
No, you played with the other players. You were asked not to reveal that you were a Blizzard employee if you are playing for yourself, for fun. If you are like there for an official reason, like as a game master, etc., of course, you have to reveal yourself. But If you are just playing, you were asked not to tell. It wasn't like a strong requirement, but just
I have a question to add to this one. So how does the GM panel look like, the UI and stuff?
Nothing particularly interesting. There are a lot of tools, a lot of things we can do, and but yeah, it's much more complex console. But part of that I didn't see anything special.
Is it like a in-game or is like with all the buttons and stuff like that?
Both, like you have a lot of buttons.
So you see the game and the buttons.
like an add-on.
Because you can do things that the player cannot do, of course.
Yeah.
You can fly with even without a mount. You can be invisible. You can transfer yourself wherever you want, and other things that you can.
You
do.
can watch raids and what people do.
Yeah, you can watch everyone because if there is someone that is claiming there is not appropriate behavior, or there is the suspect there is a bot. Basically, the bots are detected automatically, but before banning the player, there is always some human agent that goes there and monitor what the bot is doing to be sure that it's actually a bot. And there are some tricks that I cannot reveal. So some action that the customer support representative, the game master, takes to the bot, and based on the way he reacts, he knows that he's a bot or actually is just a player that is acting in a weird way. And then if he's a bot, then it's banned.
He's banned.
I think the most important question here is: do the GMs write the jokes themselves?
I think they were built like over the years, so they're written by the GMs. There is not like department of special writers
Oh, jokes.
No, the GM are actually great. Are super passionate and.
What's your favorite GM joke that you've heard? Have you heard one?
I heard couples, but I don't remember that.
I remember one. It says how many GMs are needed to change a light bulb. None. It's working as intended.
Yeah. So yeah, they're like it's coming from the creative of the GMs, and they just built over time. So we have this portfolio of jokes that we can tell when they asked. And there is a cool program in Blizzard called CS for a Day. So every employee can participate, and basically for one day you are shadowing. You'll go in the CS department. You are shadowing a GM. So you're working with him, and if you want, you can take even some call or answer some case for you. And there is like usually when you do that, when other people are doing the same, there is a contest who's doing the most cases, seeing the particular. And it's a great experience because actually, the customer support are the guys that really have direct interaction with the players, and you really and there is a lot of passion. Really, these guys do this job.
I have
really
a passion to be a GM.
A lot of passion.
A lot of passion. A lot of passion. And to spend those $500 you have on your balance on the cards. Okay, go, Danko, go.
Should
The mammoth.
the mammoth?
Yep.
Okay. Let me just squint my eyes so I can see that I'm clicking the right thing. Okay, here we go.
The big announcement of BlizzCon 2014 was Overwatch.
17 years since they introduced a new IP.
I was hoping it was going to be a Warcraft 4, but sorry, Gorast, it is another great game. Somebody asked if it's going to be a free-to-play from the audience. His name was what was his name? Isa Kaiten, but I don't think that nobody said officially. But I think it's going to be.
It's safe to assume it's going to be.
I think I also assume that it's going to be a
free-to-play
game,
microtransactions.
I don't
model.
have an idea about that.
Yeah. So it's a great game. It looks like Team Fortress, but it's much more. I'm very excited because I haven't been playing like a first-person shooter for a long time, except for the single-player games. But I think I'm going to stick a lot to this. What are your thoughts?
Well, for a first time in more than 10 years, I feel like I'm hyped for a first-person shooter. Honestly, after playing WoW and all the new games that came along this time, I don't like military shooters.
Me neither.
Don't get me right.
Real war shooters I don't like.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I respect Call of Duty and all the other titles of that type. I think they are great games. Team Fortress as well, which this is directly inspired from. I think they are great games, just not my type of games. Because I don't like games that have anything to do with the current reality.
Mm-hmm.
I love games that are based on fantasy. I am hooked on fantasy settings, on world settings, and when I saw this and the gameplay and the level of production of this, I was and I still am totally hyped. And honestly, I can't wait for the beta for this to start.
The most exciting thing is that so far they've announced 16 different characters, which all have different kits.
Heroes.
Yeah,
let's
heroes.
call them heroes.
Yeah, so it's pretty much like a MOBA format where you have different abilities for each different character.
It's the perfect combination of MOBA and first-person shooter by my thoughts.
Of course.
Yeah, and I think that is going to... I hope for this type of shooting, when they introduced the first World of Warcraft Battlegrounds, I remember. I don't know which expansion was that. Was it in vanilla or after the vanilla
in vanilla
midlife?
Midlife.
Before the expansion. And I hope that it's going to be like a 3D World of Warcraft thing, but probably because of all the spells and abilities, it wasn't possible. This, on the other hand, is very
okay. Just
very
for those that haven't been following BlizzCon this year and don't know what's this all about, let's just explain the basics of the game. It's a team-based shooter where 2 teams of 6 players compete on maps that are objective based. So you have attackers and defenders, and of course the attackers must accomplish certain objectives on the map to win, and the defenders of course need to disrupt it. Currently it is, as we said, hero based, so besides your basic shooting you have 4 abilities, of which one is ultimate ability, just like in Dota, just like in LoL. And the most interesting part here is that once you die, of course, as in first-person shooters, you respawn immediately, but you can switch your hero.
What?
Yeah, you can switch your hero. You respawn as another hero. That's one thing. And another thing is the heroes are not unique per session. So, in other words, all 12 players in one moment can play with the same hero.
So you can adjust depending on how the game is going. You can basically adjust as you can in MOBA, in classic MOBAs with
I'm
your
not sure
build.
that I like that.
Okay, let's look. This is alpha. Probably they're gonna test that. Probably at the moment they have a small hero pool, but with the time they will add more and more heroes. So the number of heroes will grow, and maybe then they will enforce the exclusivity. 1 hero per map. But at the time we still haven't played that. When we play, we can
except
say
for
our
Selma.
judgment. Yeah.
who has.
Yeah,
So how do you feel about this?
it was nice, and yeah, being in a fantasy scenario, this cartoonish look, actually you don't feel that stress of dying that I've always felt with like too realistic shooters. That was, I think, was intentional. That you know, keep it light in that sense. The violence is not so direct. It's translated in another word, so
Yeah.
you don't feel that bad when you play if you are subjected to that. So that it was a lot of fun. I liked it. Not being a strong FPS player anymore was a little bit frustrating for me because I was killed so many times in very few minutes by more expert players. But yeah, it's I like it, and yeah, I think it's a lot of people are going to like it. Above all, people that are new to the genre, people that are not.
I can't think of a game that has a similar connection between MOBA and 3D first-person shooter.
No. This is the first
Yeah,
one. I
so-
mean, obviously inspired, but TF2.
So
but-
basically, as Blizzard said that they are presenting us new, well, it might not be Titan, but it's definitely new and refreshing to all the genres we are.
Yeah, of course. I
we have.
mean, this is the probably most interesting part of Titan is taken and put into its standalone game, and personally, I'm really happy about that decision because you're getting game that is very focused, and in which you don't have to wait for updates for 1-2 years for an expansion, but a game where the updates will come on a monthly or bi-monthly level, so to say. I'm happy about it, really.
Yeah, I'm pretty much very, 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 very happy with the game. Release?
We don't know about the release. We just know that probably
2/15.
first half 2/15.
Yes,
The beta is coming,
2/15.
which is really very
You can
fast.
sign
for
up
a-
Yeah, very fast for a Blizzard announcement and then the beta.
But they changed their, way when they announced game and release. If you remember, last year they
Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah.
not only Heroes of the Storm, Hearthstone was
Hearthstone
announced
was
on
also-
BlizzCon, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah,
and then
they
a few months later, there's the closed beta.
yeah, of course. So I hope and I think we are not going to wait and die before this get out.
Yeah, and
You can sign up for the beta now, so
Yeah.
hopefully somebody
You
will
can-
get in. Maybe we'll be
Yeah.
able to get
Anselmo's connection.
someone's
Yeah,
connection.
we can sell a kidney or something to get it.
I discreetly looked at him.
Yeah, like this. I didn't. I was hoping.
But just while we're on the topic, before moving on, one thing I wanted to say, what I like about it, it's not just the synthesis of MOBA and FPS, but when looking the gameplay video, you can see the juiciness. You can see that everything is over the top. The ultimate of Hanzo, the archer, the double-headed dragon. I mean, it's so juicy. And it
They
feels,
pumped it and they pumped
Yeah.
it on intentionally,
but
and you can
but
see
that's
that
what I
there's the
wanna-
concept
Yeah,
of it.
But
Yeah,
that's what I want to see from a game that uses, heroes and special abilities.
yeah.
Juiciness.
In this type of game, yeah.
And when we say it's a synthesis of FPS and MOBA, most people will assume that, the hero concept is borrowed from Dota or from League of Legends. But let's not forget who introduced the hero concept.
Yeah.
It was Blizzard in Warcraft 3.
Yeah.
So actually they are taking the essence of Warcraft 3 through these heroes and, putting it in a FPS shooter.
And let's not forget that Dota is a Warcraft 3 mod.
Well,
So,
of course.
The Dota came up from the. There is a large question. I'll read it, and it comes from Shiny Gamey Kiba. Shiny Gamey Kiba asks, I have a question regarding Overwatch. The game has fantastic art direction, character design, and a wonderful cartoony feel to it. Now, Blizzard is no stranger to good art direction, but the storyteller released for this game suggests to a well fleshed out, almost Pixar-like cartoony world. I was quite disappointed to learn that this was yet another competitive multiplayer game. So what are the chances Overwatch will get a story-driven single-player mode?
From what we saw on BlizzCon, nothing that is planned.
I think I think is going to get a short tutorial single player as Blizzard always does with its games.
This question was asked on BlizzCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the audience in the questions and
Oh,
Q&A
great.
part.
Yes,
Yeah.
so-
So they said that no adventure mode is planned at this moment. It might change in the future. At the moment, no. Most of the storytelling would be done out of the game. But I honestly disagree with the labeling of the art style of this game as pixel-like. The trailer, yes. Why? Basically because of the two children. If you take the children out of the trailer, it's not so pixel-like. Let's be honest. I think it's in.
Probably
it's
the cartoonish thing.
I think it's in context and it's true to the
You know what-
Blizzard's,
no.
art style
You know-
and art design.
I'll tell you what. I've never seen a trailer from Blizzard that has so much white in it. The brightest trailer that I remember was the time when Arthas came into the castle, with all the leaves, or maybe the final video of the Tree of Life, or how is it say?
I think it's.
But this bright trailer, I don't remember I saw it anywhere.
I think it's because it's new and exciting. It's very close to what Apple does with their commercials.
Which leads to a
clean.
question
It's
for
clean.
Anselmo actually.
It was very intentional to change completely the style. When they started, this started with Titan, so the graphic style was developed there. They even so we found out graphic style first, and then they have written the game engine intentionally to be optimized for that kind of graphic style.
Yeah.
And since we wanted such a look and feel different from the other Blizzard games, we even hired a lot of people from outside that came from different experiences because we really wanted to bring in new creativity and having something that was different. It was really a strategic intention to have that.
You can tell by the game. It's totally. I still don't believe it. It's a Blizzard game. I see it. I watch it. I understand, but
But it just shows you, I think, the flexibility of Blizzard and their willingness to grow, to experiment and to find new directions. I mean, I don't know. Any genre they touch, they turn it into gold. That's fascinating. Really, I haven't been so hyped about FPS game, in years. But I wanted to ask Anselmo actually about the cinematics. Do you get internal presentations and premieres of the cinematics? And do you give feedback about it?
We have this show and tell where developers and also the cinematics team shows us the work in progress. For instance, of this trailer, we saw I don't remember the technical name for it. It was you saw all the story but just sketched. So the animation were just very rudimental. You saw what the action and the interaction with the characters, the architecture, but you didn't see the final rendering. And so you have this kind of benefit working in Blizzard. You get to know what's going on, and you have a lot of trust from the company because basically everyone in almost any position gets to see these things in advance and knows what's happening. But it's very rare that something is leaked. It happened in the past that something was leaked. Sometimes it even happened by mistake. Someone said something that you didn't know was still confidential, and very rarely someone wanted to really intentionally. Because it's at the end, it's even explaining to the players. I think that Blizzard really designed well how to give information, also to give the best experience to the players.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
At the end, if you the employees are very passionate, and so regardless of their role, they're still feeling a part of this community. It's also why every game has in the titles, every game is designed by Blizzard. It's not by the name of the designer don't appear as designers in the top titles, but the game is designed by Blizzard because it's a common effort. Everyone feels involved in it. in his role.
Yeah, I think from all the inside videos actually we saw from Blizzard that they let various departments actually inspire the design, and they let the inspiration to come from various places actually. They're not this tight close group that only the game designers will decide what will go in. I mean,
Yeah.
which is good.
I think we squished every bit of life from Overwatch from what we know.
Maybe in this context we could have mentioned the movie.
Yeah, well, there is nothing much to mention for the movie. They didn't show anything. I was pretty much disappointed from that also. I thought there was going to be at least a trailer or something, but
I think there was, but not for streaming. Was
Yeah.
just if you were there in the theater.
yeah, there was on the other booth. Or
They
something.
did mention there was something going on upstairs, but I don't know where upstairs
Well,
was.
okay, but they presented some of the cast. They presented the orc model,
Yeah, the work model.
which is encouraging.
Some of one of the actors was there.
yeah.
He was like even doing the how does the works walk and everything. So it was a pretty cool presentation, but nothing special.
But what I wonder actually, how this movie is impacting or has impacted, or actually the decision to cancel Titan,
I think it has no relation with that.
or maybe it was just a nail in the coffin. Because I think that this movie will raise the popularity of the Warcraft brand very much. If
I hope
it
so.
stays true to the production standards that Blizzard got us used to, with their
Yeah.
cinematics.
I hope so, but it's not something that Blizzard can have totally in control.
Of course.
Because it's not this business doing movies, so keep closing an eye on the story and on the quality overall, but it's not movie production company, and you need experience for that. So I don't know if that would be a guarantee for the movie, to be honest. And even if the movie will be good, I don't know if it will be like what will be the impact on the game.
Because the Lord of the Rings trilogy changed a lot of things.
Yeah, but that was a different kind of production. It was
Mhm.
a different kind of effort. I don't
Mhm.
think that here we have the same thing.
I just got a question in my mind. Have you ever tried one of the Azeroth choppers?
I wanted to jump on it, but was severely forbidden. So the chopper were placed in the main campus.
Uh-huh.
So I had the time to really look closely to them, but no, they can go.
Too bad.
But anyway, it's barely drivable. I saw like the people that build them, placing them. So they had real engine and they really actually were able to move, but that's it.
Really
You could,
hard
like
to
very
drive.
slow move and rotate very slowly. It's not really for driving.
Too bad. It looks like you can clean snow with it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably you can.
That is only one game left that we didn't say anything, but what to say, it's long time under the watch. It's about World of Warcraft, the final
Countdown.
chapter for this year, or this expansion. Tomorrow, I mean it's today actually, today we are 12th of November, it's on
less than 24 hours.
yeah. So in less than 4 hours, we'll have our hands-on World of Warcraft. I'm very excited. I'm very explicitly excited. My whole computer is freshly formatted. I got the client. Yeah, I got the client.
Everyone I know.
Only the client on my
did
SSD at home, and I'm ready to jump into the game. I'm always. I know it shouldn't be, but I'm always hoping that I will get that feeling from the World of Warcraft Alpha again. I don't know about you, but I think that's not bad, right?
This is the first expansion after Wrath of the Lich King that I'm going back to raiding. So
Yeah.
I am super excited about this. We are supposed to start raiding next week, so I've got like 7 days to prepare. I'm gonna main tank for the guild. It's gonna be super exciting.
So you're yeah, of course.
So, which classes do...
I'm gonna play a warrior tank.
Mhm.
I haven't played tank so far. I mostly healed for 8 years.
I have one character in the World of Warcraft, only one, my main, and I play it since the first.
Of course, it's your main. Because you have only one.
Yeah, but I don't even have a alt for a tryout.
Mhm.
I have only one, and I play it since the first day in World of Warcraft.
And what is that?
It's a warrior.
Uh-huh.
I played poor tank one time, a lot of time actually, but then I turned into DPS, and I was also poor DPS. But the thing I like most is that I play World of Warcraft like a single player game. I get the lore master after like a weekend or something. I get all the lore, all the quests, I see all the zones, and I get a very, very, very good experience in that. And then if I feel like I want to do more, then I try to raid. I'm not chasing the gear or the raid, I just want to play the story behind
It
it.
was always about raiding for me. Ever since Classic. I raided hardcore for 6.5 years.
We all did.
Yeah.
I was living in a army life for 2 years in the World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
So
For 4 of those, I raided 5 days a week. Something like that.
I kind of, this makes me think how I ever get married, or you also. Yeah. Anyway, tomorrow we'll have a launching party. You are invited to come. It's going to be beer and stuff, and all the guys are coming with the pre-order in front of the shop in the center in Yugoton. We have like 50 questions from all the Blizzard games and from all the Blizzard lore for the audience to answer and to get prizes to them. If you didn't make a pre-order, do a pre-order now, tomorrow. And before that, the Yugoton was very great partner, and they gave us 1 copy of World of Warcraft, Warlords of Draenor, right now to give to you, my special audience. So,
For the bravest.
yeah, we are doing a role. The word that you're going to need to spam right now is for the Horde in Yugoton.
In
Yugoton, yeah. So,
I'm not sure this is gonna go.
yeah, it's going to just paste them into the chat. I think that's better.
All caps, guys.
Yeah,
All caps.
all caps, always all caps.
Let's try this.
Yeah, and paste it into the chat. So people, start spamming for the Horde in Yugoton. Put them in the chat also. One of you lucky bastards is going to get a copy of World of Warcraft Warlords of Draenor, and I, with my poor guys here, are going to have to buy that. So that's not fair, actually. Are you going to play the new expansion? Probably not here, since you don't have
I'm vacation and.
Yeah. I know you are more for drinking and the monasteries
I will
and
play
stuff.
a little bit later. Yeah.
If you were still in Blizzard, I would have asked you for a key, but since you're not, I would offer you. Would you like a key?
I have my
You
sources.
poor
I have my
bastard.
sources.
Yeah, you got your source, of
I
course.
bet you do.
You contact your people from Blizzard. You get in touch with them. Like you made friends there for personal
of course,
friends.
I have a lot of very good friends there. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had. Oh, well, I think that's enough from the people. Let's do the roll and see who is going to get the thing. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and the winner is Cyborg or something MK.
Cyborg MK.
Cyborg MK. Paste that on the screen. Cyborg MK. I hope you get a good game. I hope you play a lot of World of Warcraft. I don't want this to.
We need a
What?
message from you.
Yeah, write a
On
message
Twitch?
to us on Twitch with your contacts, so we can. Oh no! You just write your name here and come tomorrow to pick up the game with your
an ID.
with an ID. Yeah. Guys, that's it. It was a great time being here with you, my man. Thank you.
for me as well.
Yeah,
Thank you for inviting me.
yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the info you gave us. I was hoping to get an answer for most of the things. Thank you guys. Thanks Bobo that is watching now outside behind the camera. Come tomorrow to meet us in Yugoton in the center of the city in Skopje. Stay tuned for the next episode of GG. Thanks to our sponsors Anhoch, T-Home, Sony, who was else? The question will say it. Game On, especially it.com.mk and Cidografica. What else to say? I'm not asking you what you're playing because we know what we are playing the next week. We'll be streaming personal streams the next week. Bobo and Danko are going to do their plays in World of Warcraft. And the question of the week is, which was the first game you ever crashed from Blizzard? Which Blizzard game was the first game you ever crashed into?
Warcraft, the first one.
First part?
Yeah,
it was
and
called
That's old school.
Orcs and Humans, I think.
Yeah,
That's old school.
and I was coming from having played Dune 2. I don't know if anyone remembers
Yeah,
that
of
game.
course, with the
It was
Play-Dohs and
probably
everything. It was one of the first.
RTS.
Yes,
So
RTS.
I was a big fan of that game. I played that a lot. So Warcraft was a big improvement on that. It was also the first time you could probably play with other computers, with other friends. It was a super exciting time.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
prehistory of computing and.
You played the full version because we got this ripped version without the intros and stuff, and it was great. We played
It
the
wasn't
game.
official for sure. It wasn't.
But
I was a student. I was
but-
a high school student. I didn't have the
Yeah,
money.
but later on, when I bought the game, and I was like, "What? Is this a map? It's an intro. Oh my god! What is this?" It was a great game,
I
actually.
don't remember when I
starts-
got it. But yeah, I don't remember
Yeah.
buying copies.
Everything starts from that, and then the Command and Conquer was like the opposite thing. But Warcraft was Warcraft. Danko,
The first one that I was able to play at home was Warcraft 2.
Warcraft 2.
Yeah, I am a bit younger, and I watched Warcraft 1 being played by other people, but the first one I
Good
played
entry.
was
Good
Warcraft.
entry.
Yeah.
High resolution.
Yeah. You? That was the Tides of Darkness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me Lost Vikings on Amiga.
Yeah.
The first part.
Well, yeah. I played my first Blizzard game was also Lost Vikings at my friends on the 386 computer, and later on when I got my 486 computer, I got the game, but I got, because I was so into it, and I get also the Black Throne.
Mm-hmm. Black Door.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
awesome.
a very
Awesome game.
interesting game. I played every single Blizzard game. Even I played this bootlegged adventure called the Adventures of Thrall. Yeah,
Well,
that was cancelled game.
Yeah.
But I find it, I don't know, a couple of years ago I find it somewhere and I was like, oh my god, I can try this. The one game I never played, it was Rock and Roll Racing.
I never played that.
I never did that. I heard that they're going to do a remake on that. I am also hoping that I'll see a remake or the second chapter of Lost Vikings. And
Those
but
Vikings
that's,
are going to be in Heroes, right?
Yeah, just
the characters, they are in World of Warcraft in the dungeon called Mines Uldaman. In the Uldaman,
Mhm.
the instance, there are Eric the Swift, what was the other?
Olaf.
Olaf the something and
Eric
the
Olaf,
fat one.
I don't remember.
The fat one.
They are also in Diablo too. Don't forget that.
Yes,
the expansion.
yes,
There was three
yes.
barbarians.
Yes. So that is your question. Write us your answers on the YouTube channel, and for those that couldn't understand everything we say, we'll get the captions, the
Send that in
subtitles.
Macedonian.
Yeah, the subtitles on the YouTube. Значи, благодарам што не гледавте. За оние што не разбраа за се што зборувавме заради англискиот, ќе добиете превод на YouTube во текот на наредните денови. Ви благодарам уште еднаш што бевте тука. Данко Димовски, Наум Митревски, Наум Петрески, Гора Цетковски, Анселмо Талота and Боман Стојчевски in our hearts. Ве поздравувам и се гледаме следната недела, дечки. И значи рачунајте доста пократка емисија.
Се гледаме утре.
Чао, чао. Oh.